excitement. It's an anxious day for owners Megan and Matt and their Yorkshire Terrier, Oliver.
Hi, Megan. Hi, Matt. Hello, Oliver. How are you? The happiest Yorkshire Terrier that ever lived, aren't you? Aren't you?
He has no idea what today's going to bring.
Yeah, so
Neither
it's
do
crunch
we.
time today, hey?
Yeah, a bit nervous, but...
Yeah, understandably. I've been treating Oliver for quite a while, and he has a condition known as medially dislocating patella, which is basically where the kneecap pops from the groove that it should be sitting in inwardly. Pop him on the ground, and we'll just sort of see how he is walking at the moment.
There's the hop.
Yikes. Yeah, I mean, that's not even limping. He's just fully lifting his leg off the ground, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's definitely gotten worse, so...
Yeah, that's not a dog that's a little bit uncomfortable. That's a dog that's quite significantly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Watching Oliver walk, it's clear that the knee has deteriorated. He's barely putting his leg down. So we are going to have to bite the bullet and get this dog's knees sorted. And no matter how many licks, my friend, I don't think you're going to get out of it with charm. Hey? Come on, guys, let's go.
Oliver is my little baby, and I'm quite nervous for today. So if surgery is the option, I'm going to be a bit upset about it just because it's quite a lot and he is a small dog. But I just have to think of what is going to be best for him and getting him back to being healthy and happy and the dog that we love.
All right, I'm just getting you just to hold him around the shoulders there.
Okay.
All right. So his left one is the one that's really causing him some mischief at the moment.
Yeah.
So what I can feel is that his kneecap is literally out of the socket, and it's permanently out now, which is why this leg is becoming more and more dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Is it painful sitting outside of it?
Well, I think a lot of the pain he's already endured because it would have had to stretch significantly so that the ligaments allow it to pop out and stay out. But now it's staying out. He's just sort of trying to use what is a pretty dysfunctional leg.
Yeah.
The unfortunate thing is that his right knee really isn't that much better. If you put your finger, see between my thumb and my index finger, and I can just show you how easily this knee, so it goes.
Oh, yeah.
And that takes
That can't be good.
virtually nothing for me to do that. But it's the best of a bad situation. So what he's doing is like, this one is horrific, this one is terrible, so I'll stand on the terrible one.
Yeah.
But he is masking what is significant and consistent pain. You know,
Yeah.
enough's enough, and we need to, we need to do surgery.
With Matt and Megan expecting their first child in just a few months, Scott thinks it's best to operate on both knees at once.
So we have a couple of things to take into account, and that's absolutely right and fair. Life is never simple. And because he is so small and so light, and he is so friendly and he's going to be a great patient, I think it makes sense that rather than going through stage surgeries, what I think we should do is to fix your fur baby in one foul swoop, get to the other side, and then we can enjoy next baby.
Exactly. Well, no, it's obviously daunting to hear that, but of course we want him to be back to his normal self and, of course, before the baby arrives. So if that's what needs to be done, then we'll just have to let him...
Yeah. He's a tough soldier.
Yeah, he's been a trooper, as you can tell, so I know he can do it. It's just, he's just so little. I'm really nervous, actually, about it. I mean, I know he's in great hands, but he's just so small, and he's my little baby, so I'm just nervous for him. I know he can do it. He's been a trooper, but yeah, it's a lot.
We'll be sitting by the phone waiting for Scott to call, for sure.
He's fine.
See you later, mate.
I'll look after your little man. Don't worry.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye, guys. See ya. It's okay. I'll sort you out. Don't you worry.
Clever puppy. Good boy. Yeah.
At an Isleworth park, playtime is not as carefree as it once was for Labrador Jessie, his owner Angela, and her daughter Emma.
Jesse's 9 now. Slowed down a lot, hasn't he? He's not quite as boisterous. He's still, quite jolly when we take him out. He still likes to run after his ball, but not quite so enthusiastically.
There's a good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
In the last few years, the aging Labrador has started developing worrying lumps all over his body that are inhibiting his movement.
Well, there's a few lumps he's got. There's one very big one here, one just here, but the one we're really worried about is right in his armpit, so you can't actually see it, but I can feel it, and it's really big, like the size of a tennis ball, and it's really hard. So that's the one we're hoping Scott can investigate and do something about.
He's had 3 or 4 removed over the years, but this one, the biggest one, is the greatest concern now.
I found the lump probably about 6 months ago. Gradually it's got bigger, and it's quite hard as well, whereas the others that we've found in the past tend to be a bit more malleable. So this one is a little bit different, which would indicate something much more serious.
Jessie, can you have Doty?
Thank you.
Jessie is absolutely everything to me. He really is. He's integral to the family. I don't know what we'd do without him, really. He is my baby.
Tomorrow, Angela and Emma will be taking Jessie in to see Scott to determine what can be done about the lumps and whether they are dangerous.
Jessie, you've got a very busy day tomorrow, haven't you?
All right, little man. So to avoid you feeling intimidated, I've assembled my smallest staff members. For the first time ever, you feel like a Great Dane, don't you, against them? Yeah? Because I feel massive.
At the Richmond practice, 8-year-old Yorkshire Terrier Oliver is about to undergo major surgery on both of his knees.
So let's pop him down. So he has very clear dislocating kneecaps, patellas on both sides. The left side, the one you're feeling now, you can probably feel the knee is just living out of the joint.
Yeah, it's here
out of that
on the
groove.
side, and it's really difficult to even push it back in.
Scott will be assisted by graduate vet Phoebe and nurses Sam and Jess.
Hey, it's time for sleepy bye-byes now, mate. All right, sweetheart. Good. We'll give you some new knees, shall we? Yeah? Sound good? Although Oliver is a very small patient, it's quite a large procedure that we're putting him through because we are actually going to be performing a knee operation on both of his legs. Now, normally, we probably wouldn't do that, but he's such a strong little dog and he's so very light that I feel that the best way to get through this is by doing them both at the same time, just one recovery period, and this boy should do well. How's he faring, Jess? All good?
He's doing really well. Yeah, I'm happy.
Okay, all right, well, I'm going to start cutting now, okay? So what I'm looking at here is what's called the trochlear groove, basically where the kneecap slides up and down the leg as you bend and extend it. So the first thing that strikes me when I'm looking at that is just that should be a groove like that, and it's flat. So there's no way that anything is going to sit in there. This is virtually non-existent. So what we need to do is just deepen that groove just to give it at least the chance of staying where it's supposed to be. And then just adding insult to injury, I can see that his cruciate ligament is partially torn, and that's given even more instability to the knee, which is probably why he's gone from a dog that was coping to a dog that's not. So a little bit more surgery for us to do today than just a, I'll say, simple knee op.
Oliver's marathon surgery is going to take even longer than expected.
I think this sort of surgery really challenges you as a surgeon because it is one with a lot of potential complications, and you are, at the end of the day, cutting bone. It's very, very delicate because little Oliver is very, very delicate. Basically, I'm remodeling the groove that the knee sits in, and that just means deepening it to get a functional result, which is Oliver's knee sitting where it should be, not popping out and not causing lameness. So I'll just protect that. There we go. Okay, so there's our wedge. So we're just going to deepen that, and then that little wedge will go back in. So this little wedge I'm about to put back into that deepened groove, hopefully will fit in very nicely, and it'll stay in place because, first of all, bone wants to stick to each other and heal. But the second thing is that you have got a kneecap, which will be sitting on top of it, and it'll be putting downward pressure on the area. So then it will stick back where it should, but the knee also has somewhere to live.
Oh, wow, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice groove now.
Scott now has to perform the trickiest part of the surgery, moving the kneecap back into alignment.
So you can see it's only a few millimetres, but it'll make all the difference to a little dog. So what I'm going to do is once I've got it into the position I want it to be in, you're going to hit the end.
Okay.
Okay, you all right?
Yep.
Yeah, you look a bit nervous. You okay?
No?
I know it feels very unnatural to be smashing a hammer into a small Yorkshire Terrier, but
I know.
you just need to try and be confident, be brave, okay? Nice, firm hits, okay?
Yeah.
It's Phoebe's first time doing this kind of surgery, and one wrong hit on Oliver's fine bones could be disastrous.
Go for it, yep.
Okay.
So we're getting closer now, so if you just sort of do one hit at a time.
At Scott's Richmond practice, the team are halfway through Yorkshire Terrier Oliver's marathon operation to fix 2 dislocated knees and a cruciate ligament tear.
But that should hopefully keep that kneecap in much better alignment. With the left knee now nicely in alignment, I do need to correct his ruptured cruciate ligament. Just take your time, okay? It's not a race, so don't go, because that's more likely to break it. Just slowly increase the pressure, all right? Okay, so slowly increase the pressure. Got it to the full force you can get it? Yeah. Basically what the stitch will do is to mimic the tension placed on the knee by the cruciate ligament and stabilise the joint. Okay, so if you release, that shouldn't release. Yeah? Happy? Ta-da. There we go. Okay, right, so that's left leg done. Now, everyone got the energy to do the right leg?
Which will hopefully be a bit more straightforward.
Yes, should be. So when we saw Oliver walk, his right leg was much more stable, and it did seem to be a much straighter limb. So all I need to do with that one is just deepen the groove that the knee sits in, and hopefully it'll make a full recovery.
It's a challenging surgery,
Very.
but an interesting one to watch.
Yeah. I think with every surgery, you just need to be prepared that there might be curveballs.
Yeah.
Two surgically corrected legs. Oliver's obviously been through a massive procedure on both of his legs, so he will be in a little bit of discomfort, so he needs lots of medication and TLC overnight. Hello, mate. Hello, buddy. Oh, sweetie. Here we go.
Boy, been very brave.
Some nice happy drugs on board. That's why he's taking his time. Yeah. He's going to feel so much better after this is done. Hey, this is day 1 of the rest of your life. Just quite painful day 1, isn't it? Yeah. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Oliver's recovery, his rehab will be long and at points painful and uncomfortable. But I know that Megan and Matt are in it for the long term, incredibly dedicated owners, and they're going to will him to a full and complete recovery. Here we go. Oh, brave boy. Here you go. Hey. Heart of a lion, haven't you? Very brave.
Next day, Angela and her daughter Emma are arriving at the Isleworth practice with their much-loved family dog, 9-year-old Jessie.
Morning, ladies. Hello, Scott. Hello, Jessie. How are you, handsome boy? Are you okay? Well, he's still wagging his tail, and that's a standard with this boy, isn't it? Hello, mate. You all right?
The mother and daughter are worried about a number of lumps growing on the old Labrador's body.
Come on then, lad. In you come. Come on. Here we go. Come on, buddy.
Jesse's his usual cheerful self, but he's obviously very suspicious about what's going on. And of course, we're here to reassure him, so he'll be okay, I'm sure.
And he seems to really like Scott, which really helps.
Yes, you lovely boy. All right.
He's a lovely boy.
He'd be the kind of dog, I reckon, that if he could sit on your lap, he would, you know.
Oh, yes, he has tried.
So the main issue, though, he's in for today is, of course, the lumps that he's been developing over the years. And there's this one big one, isn't there? Yeah, it does really feel like it's got maybe even a bit harder in the last couple of weeks. The last time I felt it was just a bit softer than that.
Yes, very worrying, really.
Yeah, and it's also, it's in a really awkward place for him.
Awkward, yes.
And he's already an older boy.
Yeah.
We've already seen that he is suffering a little bit with arthritis. He's a bit lame from time to time, isn't he?
Yeah.
So we can't have that. So that's the main thrust of today, is to try and take that away and alleviate some of the discomfort that he's feeling.
Good.
But let me have a feel of some of the rest of them just to see, because he's got a little one there and then another little one here. One that I'm a little bit concerned about is actually this one here.
Really?
The reason that I'm concerned about it is it's in a position known as the popliteal lymph node, and it's just quite swollen, that one. So unlike these ones, which seems to be just underneath the skin, this is actually attached.
Right.
Yeah.
Examining Jesse, I'm quite concerned for a number of reasons. First of all, he's an old dog and he does also have kidney disease, but beyond that, he's smothered in lumps. He's got soft lumps all over his body. And the ones that Angela and Emma are concerned about are the big ones near the front, but I'm actually concerned about the small little lump at the back. I feel like today it's an opportunity for us to kind of improve his quality of life. But to do that, we need to accept a few risks. And obviously he is an anaesthetic risk because he's an older boy, but he is tough and he is a fighter and he's been through a lot already, and yet he comes through every time. So all we can do is really hope that that's exactly what's going to happen today.
Yes. Oh, you poor old thing, Jessie. I'm just worried now. This new lump has come as a surprise to us and is really of more concern because it could be a different type. And obviously that raises other issues. It could be something more sinister.
Nice and slowly. Good boy.
Having heard what Scott said, I'm looking forward to finding out what it is.
Me too, yeah. Just be nice to know now and get everything sorted out.
Oh, Labrador.
And this is Jesse. I thought you'd quite like him, Sam.
I love a Labrador.
Assisting Scott with the surgery are nurses Gina and Sam.
Today, we're just going to try and remove the lumps that are most concerning, understand a few of his problems and get him back on track. All right then, buddy. Sleepy time now. There's always risks with any anaesthetic, but Jesse particularly has not been the healthiest of Labradors. So when it comes to the anaesthetic, we need to watch him like a hawk.
Moments later,
Come on.
Scott is suddenly alarmed.
When your patient fails to breathe or react in the normal way, nerves start to rise. Just going to flip him onto his other side. You're just trying to manage your own panic. Come on. We need to make smart decisions and we need to save our patients. Come on, mate. We've got a pulse ox somewhere, haven't we? He's just not breathing.
In Isleworth, Scott is fighting to save elderly Labrador Jesse after he stopped breathing just moments after being anaesthetised.
Just give him a breath of air. Come on. This is an old boy, and the longer this process goes on, the more concerned that he simply will not survive this anaesthetic. Come on. There we go, that was him. Okay, you took your time there, pal. That wasn't good. Thankfully, he starts to breathe. Phew. Now that Jesse is comfortably under anaesthetic and breathing well, I'm able to examine the masses a little better. And the one right under his armpit really is quite incredible. It's quite hard. It feels like about the size of a grapefruit, and it must be incredibly uncomfortable for this poor old boy.
Oh, well done, Scott.
Jeebus. Jesse's going okay. He's not giving us the easiest run when it comes to the anaesthetic. That's probably why I'm scrubbing just a little bit harder than I normally do. Stay alive. Yeah.
Scott's first job is to remove a massive lump from high up in Jessie's foreleg.
So I'm going to take out the big one first and then just check and see what the lymph node under there is looking like, and then I'll move to the back. All right, guys, so I'm just about to cut. So it looks like it's just a big, massive, fat lump, really solid. It's fatty tissue, which is good, so it means it's nothing nasty, hopefully. We'll send it off to the lab to make sure, but my guess is that this is going to be just fine. Certain breeds of dogs are more prone to lipomas, but also older dogs and dogs that are carrying a little bit of extra weight. If you're putting on fat all over your body, you're more likely to get larger lipomas growing. It's just where it's grown. It's actually grown between some muscles going right into the armpit, so it would just be super uncomfortable. So it is definitely coming out. Only just very flimsily attached. So that's just coming away. So now with out of the way, I think Jessie's going to be so much more comfortable.
That's gross.
Initially, my plan with Jessie was to remove the very large grapefruit-sized lump underneath his left forelimb, but there's another lump of a decent size right beside that lump. So I thought to remove all the lumps that I can on the left side, including the one near his left hind limb, but I'll leave the rest alone because it'll take too long and the anaesthetic will become more risky.
He's been under for 2 hours now.
2 hours, okay. Yep, I'll be quick. Right, so there we go. So that one's done, that looks quite nice, and actually it looks much nicer than it did half an hour or an hour ago. So what we're going to do now is just go to the back end and just take a sample out of that. This is a really hard one to navigate because when you have a hard lump in an old dog, it doesn't take much to think, you know what, that might be cancer. So I'm most concerned about this lump because of where it is. It's actually right in the position of a lymph gland called the popliteal lymph node. And so when a lymph node's swollen, it can sometimes suggest, worst case scenario, cancer. So that's why something so small compared to something so big, yes, that was bothersome, but that bothers me. Okay, so I'm just going to incise over it now. See what it's doing there?
Yeah. It's just breaking.
Yeah.
Like fat.
Yeah.
As it is fat.
That's good, isn't it? So it's actually attached to the gland beneath, but it seems like it is superficial. And the gland's actually underneath. I can feel it with my finger. Very clearly, it shows me that actually this is a lipoma that's decided to stick itself to the top of a gland, but actually the gland underneath is perfectly healthy, so it's a really great result for Jessie. We'll send it off to be 100% sure, but if I cut through that, it looks just like white, glistening fat. It's a good way to end a 2.5 hour long surgery, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a massive relief for me as a vet to see that this is a little bit of fatty tissue over the top of a very healthy gland. And that's that. So let's wake this boy up. But it would have been really difficult to work that out until you actually open up and take a look. You would have been sampling what you thought was fat, never getting the glandular tissue, questioning why these results were never giving you the answer you needed. What you needed to do is to go in and just remove a little bit of fat, and that's exactly what I've done. Oh, there we go.
Jessie will sleep off the anaesthetic before going home tomorrow.
All right, you have a snooze and I'll call Mummy. Hello? 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 You all right?
After an overnight stay at the Richmond practice, Scott's patient Oliver is ready to go home.
Should we go and see Mummy and Daddy? Yes? Yes?
Come on then. Oh, come on, big boy. Come on. Come on. Let's show them how brave you've been. Good boy. That's it.
Upstairs, his owners Matt and Megan can't wait to be reunited with their little man.
It's been tough, but both getting through it together. I know he's a warrior, so I'm excited to see him. I know he's been tough through this, and I think he'll be happy to see us, and vice versa.
Here's your little soldier.
He doesn't look very happy.
So he's been an incredibly brave boy, but obviously he's still a bit uncomfortable, aren't you, mate? So he's not at his scintillating best. Bit of a surprise on that left leg. He did pretty much completely tear his cruciate ligament, which is a big ligament in your knee. Yeah. So that was probably the reason why he was even more lame than he'd been in the past.
Okay. Sure.
So it means that I could fix that alongside all the various other issues that were going on in that knee. And then the right leg, of course, has also been corrected.
Amazing.
But he's been such a trooper in that we put dressings on initially. He wasn't that comfortable because he's got two big, thick red legs. But once we took the right one off to see how it was looking, actually, he's now already standing on that leg, which is incredible.
Wow.
Really good. It's a long road to recovery. You know, he's been through a loss.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a good kind of maybe even 10 weeks before he's really going to be walking perfectly well. And during that time, lots of physiotherapy and lots of TLC, which I can see he's going to get.
Yeah. Just happy to see him, but just can't believe how much pain he has been suffering in, and knowing that
The haircut as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, apologies for that in advance. I'm not a barber. I've done my best.
It's so amazing to finally get to hold my little baby and see that he's okay, although obviously he's a bit distraught from yesterday, but we're so glad to have him back.
You've got a bit of work ahead of you, haven't you, mates? Hey?
Yeah.
So have you two. It's called a baby.
Yeah, I know. We've got a lot on our plate at the moment.
You do.
He does as well, so
Yeah.
we know he can do it.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping the 10 weeks will be in enough time for when the baby arrives, and of course he can be back on his feet and able to help us out and support her. But overall, we're just ecstatic that he's in our arms now. Nels, thank you so much for looking after our little boy and taking such good care of him.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Good in the long run.
That's it. In the short term, it's not much running, but in the long run, hopefully he will run.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Aw.
Next day at the Isleworth practice, Laura is bringing in 3 unusual patients to see Scott.
Hi there. Hiya, I'm here with my ferrets today for their vasectomy.
Oh, they're so sweet. Look at them.
They are very cute.
Scott should be around here soon, so feel free to take a seat.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
I've got 6 ferrets. I've got 3 boys and 3 girls. Boy ferrets have to have a vasectomy, unfortunately, so that we don't end up with baby ferrets from our females at home.
How are you, Laura?
I'm okay, thank you.
Nice to meet you. What are their names?
Harry, Ron and Neville.
Hello, boys. It's Ron, Neville and Harry. I pick up on a little bit of a Harry Potter vibe there. You come in to get the unkindest snip of all.
Yes, they are.
Hey. All right, then. Well, let's go into the concert room and have a chat about that. Hey, chaps? Pink box. Unbelievable. Eh? Now, it sounds like a whole bunch of male ferrets have sat down together and made this fact up, but I promise it is fact that if female ferrets don't have sex, they can die. And the reason is that the female will continue to cycle until she's mated, producing a huge amount of estrogen. And that high level of that hormone can depress her bone marrow, lead to anemia, and eventually she can die. So who's this?
This is Neville.
Hello, Neville. How are you, you smelly creature? So the plan today is to vasectomise the males, and so they can continue to mate with the females stop cycling, and the males literally save the females' lives. But the one thing also you need to remember is that 6 weeks after we've done the surgery is the first time they can really be properly introduced to the females, because there can still be a little bit of cheeky sperm lurking around, ready to, yes, impregnate the young ladies.
Yes.
Hey, mate. All right, then. Let's have a proper look at you and make sure that you're all A-OK. So, something that I'm always wary of with a ferret, they're rather large teeth.
They are rather large.
Yeah, for a small animal, I mean, that's gigantic. And they're also quite strong-willed, so generally if they don't like what the vet's doing, they will...
Yes.
Let me have a little listen, and there we go, sweetheart. Very pretty, aren't you? Okay, good. And then if I can just have a look at the, shall we call it, problem area? Just see what we're dealing with here. So 2 testicles down here. And then is Little Willy is just there, so we'll be doing incisions sort of here and here.
Okay.
All right, mate. All looking very good. Should we have a look at your brothers then?
Yes. This is his brother,
Hello. Hello, brother. What's his name?
Ron.
Hello, Ron. Hello, mate. Hello. No biting. Hello, Ron. Hello, mate. Hello. I haven't done a vasectomy on a ferret before, so I'm quite looking forward to it. But they are really quite quirky little animals. Yes, they smell a bit. They're a bit pongy, but they're really cute once you get to know them. There we go.
Small in size, but big in personality, this one.
Right, okay.
It's Harry. Harry's a monkey.
Very pretty, aren't you? Apparently very naughty. Yes. They're all very healthy ferrets, large teeth as you would expect, but everything else is in perfect working order. All right then, Laura, well, you can head off.
Thank you very much.
I'll look after your boys.
Thank you.
And we'll see you a little bit later.
Thank you very much.
All right, take care.
Thank
Don't worry,
you.
I've got them.
I'll try. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. I feel a bit guilty about making them have the cruelest snip of all, but I know they'll be in safe hands with Scott. I just hope they don't take it out on me when I get them home. Hopefully they take it out on Scott today.
Just remember, she's doing it to you, not me. Ish. Hello, you're going to be good. And if you've never worked with ferrets before, Lily, big teeth. So be nice. Hey.
At his Isleworth clinic, Scott is about to perform vasectomies on 3 ferrets, assisted by Lily and Jess.
Some Harry Potter inspired names here. We've got Harry, we've got Ron, and we've got Neville.
No Dumbledore?
No Dumbledore, no, unfortunately. No, or Snape.
Why?
But
No. They're quite sweet.
they are, aren't they?
Hey.
All right, so if you guys get ready to catch, yeah? See, it looks like Neville's coming out first. Go on then. Good boy, well done, Lily. There we go. I think today what we'll be doing is gassing them down with a little bit of inhalation anaesthetic. Then we'll be acting like a little bit of a factory line. So Lily, I'll be getting you to do the anaesthetic and then doing the clipping. And then Jess and I will be in the surgery. And so we'll be performing the vasectomies. Once they're recovering, we'll swap and we'll just keep working through the brothers until they're done.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah? He's like, that sounds horrible. That sounds awful. Okay? But hey, at least you still get to have some fun with the girls. It's okay, so lucky. Hey? All right, you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, in. So the plan today is to vasectomize the males because then they can continue to mate with the females, but they won't have any babies. So there we go, Jess. So there's the spermatic cord. So that contains the blood vessel and also the vas deferens, which is that tube that allows the transport of sperm from the testicles that produce them to the penis where they go out.
So I've had experience with ferrets in the past, but not a ferret vasectomy. So yeah, it's all quite new to me.
What I've done is just cut through the little sac, which is called a tunica vaginalis, around the cord and separated it into its 2 parts, which is the vas deferens, which is this white tube here, and then obviously a blood supply. So we're going to leave the blood supply and we're going to cut this tube that carries sperm from the testicles to the outside. And that should stop this particular ferret from ever being able to father any young. So that's number 1 down. 2 more to go. It's not very often that you perform the same procedure on 3 animals back to back, and so we're able to perform almost a bit of a production line, really. All right, so if you girls want to swap ferrets, and other things I've never said to you before, there we go. Probably a little bit like building flat pack furniture. The first one makes you swear and curse and take ages. The second one runs much smoother. Good. Okay, number 2 done, 3rd to go.
Little Harry, your turn.
The structures that we're dealing with here are the same as they wouldn't be in a dog or a cat or many other mammals. And it's just a case of relating your skills to a smaller creature. So I just am doing a little bit more squinting than normal. It's that little 1 centimetre long piece of that vas deferens. So hopefully it won't ever reattach to allow this ferret to be a dad. Okay. So there we have 3 vasectomized ferrets. All right, let's wake this boy up. My stroke count on ferret vasectomies has gone from 0 to 3. So yeah, it's good. Done well.
How long do you think he's going to be now?
Don't know. Not too long, I hope.
At the Isleworth Clinic, Angela and her daughter Emma have arrived to collect 9-year-old Jessie.
I've just been really anxious to hear that he's okay and it's gone well. So hopefully Scott will tell us it has.
Oh, then. Good boy. Oh, you're keen. Wait a minute.
Yesterday, the aging Labrador had surgery to remove some suspicious lumps.
Oh, the waggy tail's back. That's good.
Let's have a look at you. Oh,
Come
my
here.
goodness.
A little bit of saggy skin where the massive lump came out. It was like about that big.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Then removed the one further down, which was the sort of next biggest one. And then got to the one at the back, which I was concerned about.
Yes.
What was there was actually attached to the popliteal lymph node, but not actually part of it.
Right.
So we'll wait and see what the lab has to say about it. But I'm feeling fairly confident about that one.
Good. Aren't you a lucky boy, eh? You've been all sorted out. Yes.
I know that Jesse is very happy to go home with Angela and Emma, and he does have a bit of recuperating to do. He's an old dog and he's been through the works. But I really hope in a few days' time he's going to feel much more comfortable. All the wounds will start to heal and this boy will be on the road to recovery. All right, will you get off and put your young man to bed?
I think so.
Yeah. See you later. Bye.
Here we go.
Bye, mate.
That's good.
Hey, Laura.
Hiya.
Your eyes?
Yes, thank you. How
And
are
your
they?
boys? Yeah, they did so well. They were very, very brave and surgery went well. So
Good.
I'm hopeful that you shouldn't hear the pitter-patter of tiny ferret feet anytime
crossed.
soon. Yeah.
Laura has also returned to the Isleworth Clinic to collect her ferrets after their vasectomy surgery.
Do you want to just have a quick look and have a look at the hand? You reckon wants to come out?
I'm sure
Hello, you.
Neville will be happy to come out.
Come on. Hey.
Aw,
Showing.
hello. It was very nerve-wracking. I did miss them. It was very quiet in the house today, but I was very glad to get the call to say they were all good, and it was good to come and get them.
So you can see the 2 little suture lines there. The stitches are under the skin, so that'll mean that they're away from prying little ferret teeth, and obviously a little bit of swelling, which is understandable. But given a few days, hopefully they'll be back to normal, and then 6 weeks' time, they'll be able to be introduced to their female friends.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey. So I must say, I've fallen in love with them a little bit, with their personalities.
Yeah.
Their smell, not so much.
I'm glad Neville's managed to win Scott over. Lots of people think of ferrets as quite snappy, not really very cuddly, but I'm glad that they've won him over and he's had a good experience with them. Hey, mister. What have they done to you?
Good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you're a good boy. You. Well,
Put him back.
yeah, it's been an interesting day. Vasectomizing ferrets. It's not something you do every day.
Yeah, not every day,
No.
Okay.
Bye, chaps. Don't hold it against me. Yeah. Especially now you know where I live.
Yeah.
All right, take care.
Thank you. Thank
All
you
the
very
best,
much.
Laura.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, boys.
Three months later,
Oliver, we're back. It's all about you today to see the doctors. Your turn.
Matt, Megan and Oliver are back at the Richmond Clinic for a checkup.
Yes, and we've got a new addition this time. You can show off your new little sister. Oliver had his surgery, and then our daughter arrived probably 8 weeks afterwards. So there was a short time period for him to recover, but he's been back to his normal self. And it was great when we first took him off the leash after the 10-week recovery to see how he was going to do. And he just took off running, ran up to everybody to say hello and look at my new knees.
Hello, guys. How are you? Hi. Good to see you. Congratulations, I see.
Oh, thank
well
you.
done.
Thank
Done.
you.
Hello, mate. Is this your little sister?
Yeah. Say, I'm a big brother now.
Oh, congratulations. So how's it been going?
Good. Yeah, we've been really pleased with his recovery, and seeing him run around and act back to normal has been fantastic.
Oh, good. Well, he's certainly the friendly, happy self that he's always been.
Oh,
Can I have a
yes.
little feel of your knees, my friend? Can I feel my handiwork?
Yes.
Can I?
Saying thank you.
Let's have a little feel. So the good news is the knees are finally sitting where they should. The patella, the kneecap, is nicely central and not popping out anymore, so that's great.
Oh, fantastic.
Shall we see my handiwork in action?
Yes. Show off your new knees.
Go on then, do you want to pop them on the floor for me? Good boy. I'm very happy. Both the knees are sitting beautifully in the groove. The knees seem comfortable. Oliver seems happy. Hey, that's good, isn't it?
What do you think?
Yeah, nice equal weighting on each leg. He's shrugged off the lameness and now he's walking very well and he's back to his happy self. All right, well, I'm very happy with your little legs, hey, which is good, just so he can chase after his little sister.
Thank you so much.
Head off. There's your old baby.
Aw,
Good luck with your new baby.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
No worries, Matt. Good to see you, Megan. Take care. Bye, guys. Ah, happy families.
You can go off in a minute, run about.
And after undergoing marathon surgery to remove several suspicious lumps, Jesse is back enjoying plays in the park with his delighted owners, Angela and Emma.
Should we have a runabout? Yeah, want to fetch? He's really keen to go on his walks again because he was a bit reluctant before, wasn't he?
Yes.
Certainly a few days after the operation, he had no interest in going out whatsoever. He just was lying on the sofa. So now he really looks forward to his walks.
It's a good boy.
Today, Scott is checking up on the 9-year-old Labrador and delivering the all-important test results.
Hello, ladies. How are you?
Hello, Scott. How are you?
Good. Hello, buddy.
Here's our boy.
Jesse, gonna come see me? Hello, boy. How are you?
Here's that.
Hello, mate. How are you? Oh, it's so good to see you. Wow, he is a happy lad, hey?
He is.
Much happier.
He's completely transformed.
Yeah,
He's having a nice time.
Yeah, good. Well, I mean, obviously it was a big surgery
Yes.
that he went through. How's he been afterwards?
Much better. Really good, yeah. He can walk much better, he's happier. Yeah, he's much more enthusiastic to go out.
Great.
Great relief.
Well, let's have a little feel
Good dog.
that surgical site. And wow, I mean, the difference is incredible. I mean, he actually has a perfectly formed armpit there now. You can
Yeah.
really feel that. And as a result,
And you
without
can
that
see
there.
The difference.
Yeah.
Yes, it's tremendous.
Yeah, well, let me have a little feel of the little area at the back there, because that was where we had the real concern regarding his future. And good news is that it's come back as just a fatty growth, completely benign.
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Yes.
That's really good.
We were so worried about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
It's such a big relief because we were worried about a couple of them. Scott was as well, I think. So yeah, it's really good news.
Still wagging his tail, aren't you, mate?
Still wagging
Hey?
his tail.
Well, I want to see you running around like a puppy again, hey? Can we see you chase that ball again? Can we? Look at him go.
I know.
Really fast now.
It's really fast.
Yeah.
Oh, bless
He
him.
hasn't run around like that, for
Yeah.
a couple of months.
Good lads.
Come on, run.
Not
Without the ball.
not the ball.
No. I can fix some things, but not everything.
Jesse.
Seeing Jesse running around the park, he just seems so much more comfortable after the surgery. Now I've been able to remove that, well, it was like a grapefruit-sized lump from underneath his armpit. He's been able to place his legs in a forward direction. Before, he was throwing them around, making him quite uncomfortable, leading to more pain associated with old joints. But now, he's running around like a puppy again.
Good boy.
Good boy.
Oh, it's so wonderful.
Look at
to
that.
see
He's like
him only
a
at that.
spring lamb, isn't he? Hey? You good boy.
It's marvellous to see him, back to normal.
Good boy.
Got your yourself a job for the whole day, mate.
Well done. Good boy. He's a good boy. Yay. Good boy. A few more years in the old boy yet.
Jesse, come on.
Waiting at All Dogs Matter is Ira, who founded the rescue charity.
Hey, Ira, how are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Big day.
Like the jumpsuit.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, I'm kitted out, ready to go for a very big day. I hope our Korean dogs have travelled well to the UK.
Yeah, it was very exciting. Just waiting for them to arrive.
Kennels have been especially prepared for 12 very special rescue cases that are arriving all the way from South Korea.
So the dogs arriving today have been rescued from a meat farm. They are dogs that are either bred for their meat, or they're often stolen, or they're ex-pets that have been picked up. They're kept on these farms, fattened up, and then once a year there's the Yulin meat festivals, when these dogs are basically tortured and killed, and it's horrendous. They're like death camps, really. The Korean government and lots of, young Koreans are obviously anti this now. They're working at closing most of these farms down and rescuing and taking out most of these dogs.
Dogs are complex, emotional, sentient beings, so they understand what's going on around them. So the thought that these poor animals live a life where they're unloved, and when it comes to their final moments, they see what's going to happen to them. It's just, you just can't bear thinking about it. It's awful.
These will be the first Korean meat trade dogs to arrive in the UK after being rescued by the charity Humane Society International.
So we're looking quite shy, a little bit traumatised. Hello.
London-based All Dogs Matter has been entrusted with finding them new homes.
To be able to make just even the slightest bit of difference and have a connection that makes them think, you know what, maybe people aren't horrendous, which they must think right now. Hello, buddy. Welcome to Britain. And I hope that these dogs might finally see a good side to people. It's just awful to think this is the first time he's been shown true affection, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. I mean, the trust that they give, considering how they're treated, is just, well, I think maybe we can learn some lessons from them.
Well, let's get you somewhere nice and warm, shall we? We've got a lovely bed set up for you. My job today is to examine them all, make sure that they have survived the journey okay, and they're given their first set of vaccinations.
Each dog is taking to its environment differently. While some seem relaxed, others are a lot more fearful.
She won't bite. Poor Lulu, she's obviously seen a hell of a lot. She's one of the most nervous. She's petrified. She won't make any eye contact, won't look at you.
She just doesn't want to see anything of the world. I mean, just wonder what she's seen in her little life up
It's
to
so
now.
upsetting to see, isn't it?
It's really, it's more upsetting now I've met them.
It's really got to you, hasn't it?
Yeah, now I've met them. Yeah.
It's very clear the damage that has been done by these dogs being in the environments that they've been in back in Korea. These dogs have had no upbringing, no socialization, no training, no fun, no joy, and as a result, they just have nothing to give.
She's completely broken down. She's just frozen.
Lulu is clearly severely traumatized. What's going to be the hard part is teaching this beautiful dog to be a dog again. We do need to take a different approach when trying to examine dogs like this, because you simply have no history, and if anything, you know that they're from pretty bad beginnings. So they're going to be nervous, some of them fearful, some of them aggressive as a result of being fearful. So it is a case of just gently moving forward, doing the best for them, but trying to appreciate the traumas they've been through. A little feeling of what freedom feels like, sweetie.
She's so sweet.
Abby is the first dog Scott will be treating.
The funny thing about dealing with Abby is just she's actually quite friendly. Yes, she's timid and she's nervous and she's shy, but she's not aggressive. And you think, you know what, after what they've been through, if they were trying to bite my face off, I'd understand it. But yet she's still got room in her heart for affection, which is just so desperately sweet.
A little bit unsure of noises.
Well, I suppose in her past, those sorts of noises could have meant death. To think they might have actually seen...
Being grabbed out
Yeah.
of the cage. We're sitting here now, so
Yeah.
we can come in and grab her out.
And kill her right in front of the
others.
companions.
It's not worth thinking about. But sadly, it's a reality and it's happening. We just need to stop it happening.
Yeah. And for this little girl, she just needs to learn that she can be safe and confident here and no one's going to do that to you. It is a real privilege today to be the vet for these dogs. Okay, Abby, so you're going to be a brave girl. The first vet in the UK to examine them, give them a vaccination and then help them on their way. Hey, that's the first step to your forever home. Yes. I was really gearing myself up for a really difficult job today, that these dogs would really make it hard to get these vaccinations in them to start the process of a healthy new life.
Good girl.
Good girl. But most of them, friendly, sweet, just thoroughly gorgeous creatures. So little Mocha here is behaving a little bit more like what you'd expect from a meat dog.
Yeah.
A bit more
Nervous
aggressive.
and a little bit of an aggression, yeah. So I think we're going to have to be careful here.
Getting into the cage with Mocha and Jane, you can see that this dog is just quite fearful, quite nervous, and also a little bit reactive. And it's those dogs you can't read very well, and sometimes they go from fearful to aggressive. All right. You're not stupid. You know exactly what this is, don't you? I mean, he's acting just like you'd expect a dog from a meat farm to behave. He's like, all people are scum, and I don't trust one single one of you. Hey? Understandably, that type of rope would have been the kind of thing that would have been put around other dogs that he would have seen back in Korea and would have been dragged out to their deaths. So clearly he's going to be worried about that.
Good boy.
Now, we're really sorry about that.
Good
okay?
boy.
We're not trying to do anything mean to you. No, we're not. No, we're not. Okay, so I'm just checking the fact that Mocha is definitely a boy.
And?
He is, but he's got a bit of an issue in that he only has one descended testicle.
Okay.
So he's a cryptorchid. So the other one, I can't feel it in the inguinal canal. So it means that that testicle is likely still in his abdomen. So when he gets neutered, we'll have to go fishing in there to try and find
it.
Remove it.
Good boy.
Although I've picked up a condition in Mocha that does need surgery, I just don't feel that his emotional state is strong enough for him to leave the supportive environment of the kennels. So I think it's best I leave him here in the caring and loving arms of Jane, but I will be coming back to pick him up soon. See, we didn't even need the muzzle. Hey? No, we didn't. No. Right, so who's next?
Most of the new arrivals are Jindos, originally bred in South Korea for hunting. So the next patient kennel manager Jane introduces to Scott
Hello, Jack.
stands out.
Hello, mate. Wow, well, that's a very friendly hello, isn't it?
Good boy. Should we go in and have a look at him?
Yeah, please. Hi, Jack. Jack is a very sweet little beagle cross. He's very chilled, very happy, very waggy-tailed dog. He's clearly an ex-pet dog that unfortunately got caught up in the dog meat trade.
So I had noticed with his left eye.
Yes.
I'd like you to have a look at that, please.
Yeah, I can see. So he's got a cherry eye, an enlargement of the gland that hides in the third eyelid. It's prolapsed out, becomes more irritated, gets larger, stays out. So it's probably very likely that Jack has had that his whole life, and something I can easily fix with a little bit of surgery, can't I?
Brilliant.
Yeah, but I can see also at the same time he's probably, are you an entire male? Yes. Sorry to do that straight away. A bit rude, isn't it? Hey? So we need to neuter you. We need to sort your eye out, and then we can find you a lovely new home. But he is not going to have any trouble,
I don't think
is he?
so. I think he'll be straight out.
Yeah. Jack's a really happy boy and far less traumatised than some of the others. All right, good boy, brave boy. So I think he's the perfect candidate for me to take back to the practice to give him all the procedures that he needs so he's ready for his forever home. Where's my good, brave girl?
Before Scott heads back to Richmond with Jack, there's one last rescue dog to look at.
Lily just has no spark in her at all. There's no energy, there's not even any fight. I can hear her heart. Now we just need to fill it with some love, don't we? Yes. Okay, good girl. So now I need to vaccinate you. I'm so sorry. It is literally like having a soft toy that you need to vaccinate. She just doesn't react. She is just given up. She just doesn't know what it's like to be a dog, doesn't know what it's like to enjoy life, to be outside, to be loved, to be cared for, to be trained, to be fed. Do you feel like you need to cuddle her for years and years to make up for everything that's
been done to her, everything she's seen. We're sorry. It's going to get better. Yeah, well.
It's been an emotional day for everyone. And with all the rescue dogs now vaccinated, Scott is heading back to the practice with Jack for his eye surgery.
Jane, I will take this boy and you can look after the rest.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Come on, big boy.
See you soon.
Come on. Let's go. Come on. You're keen, aren't you? Come on then, let's go. Good boy. Come on, lad. Can you come? Come on. Come on. Come meet the team.
At the Richmond practice, Scott has arrived with Jack.
Come on. Hi, ladies.
Oh, who's this?
Oh, this is Jack. Guess where he's from?
I don't know, local charity or?
He's not a Richmond boy.
The Beagle Cross was one of the 12 dogs that have just arrived in the UK after being rescued from the meat trade in South Korea.
Come on then, let's go. Good boy. That's it.
Jack needs immediate surgery before the search can begin to find him a new home.
Not only do we need to neuter Jack in order for him to find his forever home, but also we need to correct something that he has called cherry eye. Basically, he has a small gland in the third eyelid which has prolapsed. And what I need to do is to encourage it back behind that third eyelid. And I do that by performing a procedure where I almost make a little sleeping bag for it, tuck it back in, and that inflammation reduces.
I don't think Jack's too impressed by the looks of it.
Assisting Scott today are nurses Nathan and Reagan.
Let's just give him a little pre-med. Here you go, boy.
Jack is far less traumatised than some of the other dogs rescued from South Korea, indicating he may once have been someone's pet.
He's sleepy. Jack is a dog that's been in a dog meat farm and yet is finding solace and clearly joy in the arms of people. So it's quite heartbreaking in a way to think that this boy doesn't have a home, but you know what? He's going to get one quickly. He is adorable. All right, Nathan, so just start with the castration. He's okay?
Yeah, all good.
You're happy?
Yeah. How many of these do you think you've performed?
How many castrations do I think I've performed? Oh. Well, I mean, my first job was the RSPCA in Sydney and we did 40 neuterings every day. And I was there for over a year. So thousands. Yeah, thousands. Okay, so castration all done. Reagan, can you roll in the other anaesthetic unit and then we can get going on his eye. You just need to flip him around. Touch. So I can see really clearly the little cherry eye gland there. My job is to try and encourage it to go back where it needs to be, which is behind that third eyelid. Right. So I need you to give it a little bit
more, okay.
tension there. So if you then flap back over, that's it. Okay. And that, my friends, is that. So all good. So we can take the sutures out. Yeah. And then that eyelid, once it's cooled down a little bit, that swelling will come down and you'll never know this handsome chap had a cherry eye. All right, let's wake this boy up. This dog was nearly food. And to think that that happens in the world today is just so shocking and horrifying.
Henry.
Hello. Hello, big guy.
The fact that he still has love in his heart for people is incredibly humbling and reminds us all just how amazing dogs really are. All the horrible stuff's all done.
You can be rehomed.
That's right. Yeah. To someone who's going to love you very much. Just what you deserve.
At the Isleworth practice,
Come on in.
vet nurse Lily is bringing in her pet hamster
Hello. Hi, Lily.
for a pedicure.
This is my hamster, Cricket. Hi, Cricket. Hi. Can I hold her? Yeah. Is it a girl? It is. Has she got enough bedding, do you think? Well, this is her burrow box. It's not actually her full cage.
Nurse Gina and vet Phoebe are instantly smitten with the lively little hamster.
Hello. She's very cute. Hello. She's very cute. Is she okay though? Is there anything wrong with her? She's fine, but her nails are starting to curl over, so I think they might need a bit of a trim. Okay, we can definitely do that. Oh yeah, I can see what you mean. Yeah. They've got a bit long and they're actually sort of twisting her toes a little bit. A little bit, yeah. I changed Cricket's bedding over quite recently, and ever since then, her nails not wearing down as they used to. So they're starting to curl over, which can't be very comfortable for her. Right then, let's put her back in and take her through. There you go. Now don't go squash her. Don't go hiding. Come on in, let's go get you a manicure. I've done nail clips in dogs and cats and rabbits. I've done them in every other possible animal I can think of, just never done them in a hamster before. So I'm a bit concerned that she's going to be really wriggly. And I know that also in hamsters, the stress of something like this can be quite dangerous. Their heart can stop and things like that. Yeah, so she's quite happy being handled. Yeah. And she does come around the country with me, so she's used to stress. But it clearly is something that needs to be done. She's less reluctant to go on her wheel, certainly. Yeah. But she's still happily climbing all over the bars. Oh, well, we can't have you not going on your wheel, can we? That's what hamsters are meant to do. She might be a bit more settled in your hands. I doubt it. She usually climbs all over me. These are the smallest clippers we have. They're still about half the size of her. Yeah. Right. We'll try our best. Good girl, good girl. There we go. Got one. Got one. Sorry, good girl, good girl. 2. 3. I feel like you wouldn't be able to do this with that many hamsters. No. Right, how's that foot looking? So that's already made a difference to her walking, I can see, with the foot that we have done and the foot that we haven't. Lily, I'm very impressed with Cricket. No, I'm lucky she was so friendly. Yeah. That's why I picked her. She was the only one who came to greet me when I went to pick one out. Really? Yeah. Oh, that's cute. Right. Paw number 2. Let's carry on. Sorry, Bob. Cricky's doing really well. She's not squeaking as much as I thought she would, which can be a sign of stress. So hopefully we can get on and cut the rest of her nails quite fast. One more foot. We really need some smaller clippers. Don't think they do hamster-sized clippers. No, I'm not sure they do. There we go. Done. I think I got better as we went along. Or maybe she just was putting up with it a bit better. There we go. So it's really nice when you can cut hamsters' nails like this because it clearly provides instant relief. So we can put her back on the table and her toes are now nicely aligned, and I think she's a lot more comfortable. And although she's not looking happier, I can tell that she's happier. Do you want a treat for going through that? What's that? Oh, she's doing really good, weren't you? Yeah. Handsome you are. I think you know you're handsome, don't you? And you know you're very cute.
At the Richmond practice, Nurse Sam is spending time with Jack, one of the 12 dogs rescued from the South Korean meat trade.
Someone's going to see you today. You might have a new home.
It's been just a week since he arrived in the UK to hopefully begin a promising new life. Today, Jack has some special visitors, Caroline and her son Alex, and Basset Hound Snoopy.
Come on, boy.
The family has been following Jack's story and are interested in adoption.
We'd been following it on social media, so we'd seen Jack's story before he arrived in the country.
Hello, you're going to have a younger brother that looks not dissimilar.
No, he doesn't. No, not dissimilar. He's very lucky to have been brought over, to have been looked after. So yeah, hopefully we can now be part of that as well.
Lovely. He's so wonderful, aren't you?
Although Caroline and Alex are keen to adopt Jack, they need to make sure he gets along with 9-year-old Snoopy.
What do you think, Snoopy? What do you think?
Well, no reaction is better than an aggressive one, so I'll take that. That's fine.
He's quite chilled.
He's very nice. Well, maybe he's just quite discerning, so he just needs to get to know Jack a little more. You guys go and have a lovely walk in the beautiful green fields of Richmond.
I really think that Caroline and Alex's family is going to be a perfect match for our little Jack, but we just want to make sure it's right.
Come on, Jack. Come on.
So they decide to take Jack for a little walk with Snoopy in the green fields of Richmond.
Snoopy's always a little bit aloof. He's 9.5. He's one of these dignified old gents. He's not quite as excited as Jack, but it all seems good. Very happy.
How's it get on?
Good, really good.
Yeah?
I think...
Got on very well.
They don't want to come back in. I think they
Jack,
might
is it
like
love?
each other.
Brotherly love. But yeah, brotherly love. That's what we're having.
I think the most important thing is that he's happy and it's the best thing for him. I'm really hoping it is.
Well, that's it. I think the two big pluses that you give Jack is A, you work from home.
Yes.
So you are there to be able to give him the long walks that he needs. He's still a young, energetic, exuberant dog.
Absolutely.
But also, he doesn't tend to be upset when he's with the companionship of another dog. And that's exactly what Snoopy's going to offer. So for us, I think we couldn't think of anyone more perfect to take him.
Well, we're very thankful and very thrilled.
It's been a massive privilege to work with these dogs that have been rescued from the dog meat trade, and these are the lucky ones. And Jack particularly, he'll only know love from here on out.
Good luck, guys. All the best.
Thank you very
much. Bye, Jack. Bye, Snoopy. Look after him for us. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Bye, Jack. Bye, Jack. Bye. See ya.
2 weeks later, Scott is returning to the rescue charity All Dogs Matter.
Hello, guys. Hello. Good lad.
He's back to see Mocha, one of the 12 dogs rescued from the South Korean meat trade.
Good lad.
Mocha has a condition known as cryptorchidism, where one of his testicles is missing from the scrotum.
Hello, Jane.
Hi, Scott.
This is all looking very promising, isn't it?
He's getting used to some pampering.
Hello, Mocha.
Doing really well.
Hey. Well, Jane, you've obviously been sprinkling your magic on this guy because he's quite the transformed character, isn't he?
Coming on really, really well. It's all right.
When Scott first saw Mocha, the little dog was deeply traumatized.
And he's acting just like you'd expect.
And too stressed to be taken back to the practice for surgery.
I'm not trying to do anything mean to you.
Scott predicted it would take intensive TLC to help Mocha come out of his shell.
So we've been getting used to handling him, grooming him, getting him ready for his forever home.
And he's at least accepting it now, isn't it?
Seems so much more relaxed.
He was quite a nervous chap. I remember us running around trying to get hold of him.
Exactly, yeah.
So it seems to me that he has developed a little bit more confidence since he arrived from Korea. Do you feel like maybe he's ready now to allow me to take him to the practice?
I think that'd be great. I think the trust is there and I think he's good to go.
Yeah, and we just need to jump this last hurdle before he can go to his forever home. It's got to happen sometime, my friend. Hey, you ready?
I think he's ready.
Yeah.
Jane's an incredible person. She really is like a dog whisperer. She is so good with them.
Good lad, is that nice?
You see the way she moves with them and works with them. She really does garner their confidence, and clearly that's really worked with Mocha.
Now, mate, I'm really sorry to do this, but I just want to make sure that what I felt last time in your male areas is the same. All right, so let me just have a little feel.
Good boy.
So we've got back here. So
good lad.
Last time, I could only feel one testicle in his scrotum, and the same applies today, I'm afraid. So there is just the one ball in the bag.
Right.
So the other one
Mocha
is likely to be in his abdomen.
Okay.
Still, so he would have been born that way, and he's classed as a dog with cryptorchidism.
Okay.
And that is a problem long term because that testicle will develop in a warmer environment, being in the abdomen rather than being in the scrotum, and that could mean he's opened up to, well, basically cancer.
Okay.
So it's better that we just take it out now that we know it's a problem, and then he can start in his new life.
So that's good that he's ready to go.
Yeah.
Good boy. Good boy. There we are, Mocha.
All right.
Off you go.
Go, all right, in there. Good boy, in you go. There we go. Good lad. All right. Right, see you soon.
See you soon. Good luck, Mocha.
Cuddles? Gizmo, come and have a cuddle with Mum.
Another one of Scott's patients will also be heading in to see him later today.
No reaction at all.
Grumpy Gizmo belongs to Sarah and David.
Hello. Gizmo's our Persian cat, which is a rescued cat. And he's approximately 10 years old because being a rescue cat, it's difficult to age them.
Lately, the Persian rescue cat has developed a rather embarrassing habit.
Gizmo's got a sexual preference like me.
I'd rephrase that.
Yeah, well, how can you rephrase it? All he wants to do is hump me leg or my arm.
Gizmo, give it a bloody break.
As soon as I come home from work in the evening, sit down and watch a bit of telly, he's on me and tries to hump me stupid.
Yeah.
No. No. Pack it up. No. We tried scolding him for it to try and prevent him from doing things like that, and it just makes it worse.
Off you go.
Come on, Giz, call it a day. You've had enough of this. I'll go and tell your mother. That's it.
We were told he was neutered, so really it shouldn't be going on.
Gizmo, stop it. Now.
It's got to the stage it is embarrassing. All right, David thinks it's funny. I don't anymore. I don't think he would do it when anyone was here, but I wouldn't want it to happen.
Gizmo, stop it.
Sarah is so fed up with Gizmo's antics, she's booked him in for an appointment with Scott later today.
Pack it up.
Come on, beautiful. Let's go and show you off to the girls. Hi, guys.
Hello. Oh, who's this?
This very handsome fellow is Mocha.
Scott has arrived at the St Margaret's practice with Mocha. The timid little rescue dog is getting a warm welcome from receptionist Liz and vet nurse Jess.
He's gorgeous, isn't he?
Looks a bit shy.
Yeah, he's still trying to take in everything that's happened to him, I think. He's probably never been in a room with, white walls and people that smile and things that we just take for granted, so he's just going to be nervous about life, aren't you, for a while? But you're a lovely boy, aren't you? Poppy's like, yeah, that's what I think of people that are in the meat trade. Yes, come on then. All right, come on. Let's leave you up here, Poppy. Jess, you're with me.
See you later. We don't know if Mocha's going to be fear aggressive. We've only seen him for today, so we have to gauge his behaviour.
There we go. Auntie Jess has got you.
Good boy.
Lad. Okay. Thank you. Okay, this is a very funny noise. We'll start it over here.
Boy, he's a brave lad.
That's fine.
Just taking it a bit more slow and being more patient with him, because you can see in his eyes he's just not sure about us yet.
Okay, so I'll just give you a little bit of this to make you feel a bit sleepy. Yeah?
It's strange, isn't it, that we get so many dogs and puppies that come in that have been socialised and been around families and people that aren't even half as well behaved as he is.
Much more of a handful. Yeah, you're incredible, aren't you? Yeah. I mean, we've been working and existing alongside dogs for thousands of years, so there's something in that. There's almost a genetic memory for us to get on with dogs and for dogs to get on with us. And he's just tapping into that, forgetting what he's seen before and appreciating what he's got now.
Mocha is now fully sedated, and Scott can proceed with the operation.
It doesn't take a vet to see that there is only one testicle in that scrotum, and that is clearly incorrect. So what we need to work out is where's the best spot to go fishing? And we can work that out by just pushing this testicle upwards, and we can see when you push it upwards, you can see actually that is the testicle from his right. So therefore, the other testicle should be to his left. So that's my fishing spot right there. It's really important that we find this testicle because it is a bit of a ticking time bomb. When the testicle develops, it goes outside the body and into the scrotum, and it functions at 2 degrees below body temperature. When it's inside the body, it's 2 degrees above what it should be. That can then stimulate mutation, and the main mutation is unfortunately cancer. Okay, so everyone ready? Everyone happy?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. First things first, I'm just going to cut through the abdominal wall just to be able to gain access to the abdominal cavity, and then I'm going to go fishing. So it's kind of like an ice fisherman, so they have to cut the hole in the ice first, and then they pop the line in and see what they can catch. So I'm basically just fishing around just to sort of see what I can feel. And I feel something testicle-esque, and I'm going to try and grab hold of it. Yes, there you are, you little bugger. Here we go, Reagan, look at this. Okay, caught one.
Oh yeah, look at that.
There it is.
quite small, actually.
Yeah. So it's just developed exactly where it shouldn't have. So as a result, it's just a bit abnormal. But left to its own devices, abnormality can turn into lots of nasty things, including cancer. So it's definitely a case of better out than in.
Yeah. Good catch.
Thank you. Okay, here we go. So there we have one testicle. So you can see it's a very abnormal testicle because normally that's all contained in a little bag, but actually it was all one long structure.
Baby ball.
Baby ball. All right, so that's done. Nice and neat. In and out, never knew I was there, like a burglar. Now I can remove the easy one. So there we go. You can see the difference then, Reagan.
Yeah.
So that's a normal testicle. All right, so that's that. All done. Castration completed. Our boy can wake up.
Cool.
Come on then, boy. Let's pop you back to bed. Oh, he's a good boy. Come on then. Come on. Good boy. Here we go. Let's pop you in here.
Mocha will sleep off his sedation before being returned to the charity All Dogs Matter, and the search can begin for his new family.
Okay, all right. You sleep that off. Fishing's exhausting, isn't it? Yeah.
Hey, Gizzy.
You got your boy back again.
Oh, my baby.
Yeah. No.
Oh, your baby.
My baby.
Is it?
At the Richmond Clinic, Sarah and David have arrived with Gizmo. Practice manager Maz has a soft spot for the frisky feline.
How's he doing? Is he all right?
He needs to have a quick checkup.
Oh, poor Gizzy.
Because he wants to hump me all the time. Honest.
I mean, you're not even that keen on David, are you? So
No, she hates me most of the time.
I can't quite believe that. Humping? Man, I wish I was a fly on the wall when Scott examines Gizmo.
I don't think he's had a gay cat before.
Some familiar voices. Hello, guys. You're all right. Hello, gorgeous. Mwah.
Thank you.
Hello.
They've brought Gizzy in to see you.
Oh, my favourite ginger in the whole world.
Have fun.
Oh my God, you two are such trouble. Come on, mate, let's run. Let's run. In we go. Every time Gizmo comes into the vet practice, we have a bit of a bromance. We have a huge cuddle. He purrs away, and I absolutely adore him.
Hello, my boy.
Oh, I know. He doesn't like it.
But today, he really doesn't seem particularly happy at all.
Oh dear. Got a right grumpy face on.
He's normally a bit surly, let's be honest. But we sort of put up with it and we love him. But he seems a bit grumpier than normal.
He
Do
is
you think
grumpier than normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs to be looked at. His hormones are running.
Oh, right.
As in...
His hormones are running. Well, he's neutered, so that seems an impossibility.
I don't think so. He's supposed to be neutered.
He's supposed to be, but his behaviour doesn't come across that way, not with David anyway.
If I'm sitting in an armchair, he would try doing my arm. If I lay on the settee, he'd try and do my leg.
Come again?
Not amused that we're all laughing at it.
No, I think that's probably why he's grumpy.
I'm quite sure it is.
Does he just show that sort of attention to you and not you, Sam?
Not to me.
Just me.
Not
just
to me.
Wherever.
Just David.
So I don't know if you can supply pills or something.
I mean, that's Daddy. That's just wrong. You know. Let's wind this back. What I want to do is just give him a physical exam.
Yeah.
All right, and just check him over. If I get you just to hold him around the shoulders, please, Sarah. I'm just going to sit down. I think it's really important that Sarah and David have brought up this complaint. With me, it is very strange behaviour, but sometimes when cats behave strangely, they're actually unwell. So I'm just going to have a little feel of his back. Okay. Does seem a little bit tender about me extending his hips there. Good boy.
You'd know that Persians do suffer a bit from arthritis.
Yeah, good boy. Now I'm just going to have a feel at his back in here just to see and make sure that he's definitely been neutered. Sorry, mate.
Oh dear. It's the indignity of it, isn't it, Gizmo?
He's definitely been neutered. I think it's highly unlikely that he would have come from a rescue centre without them neutering him.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Maybe he was neutered as an adult. And what that means is, unlike a normal young kitten that's neutered early, they don't know what it is to feel sexually active.
Yeah.
He, on the other hand, has had all the testosterone coursing around his veins, and he's just been a red-blooded male, and he wants to perform.
Continue, yeah.
It may well be that your boy is feeling sexually active, but you're what he fancies, and not you, Sarah, sadly.
Yeah, oh well.
There's two issues here with Gizmo. One is a behavioural issue that he is doing this inappropriate humping. The second is that he has a medical issue. He has some osteoarthritis in his lower back and his hips, and it's making him a little bit more grouchy than normal. So we're going to do two things. Your job is to not respond to his sexual advances, and you're going to avoid any shaking, looking at him, talking to him, telling him off. None of that. You're going to completely ignore him, but what you're going to do is squirrel away in between the cushions of the sofa that you sit on a little spray bottle of water and just give him one spray in the face. Cats hate being wet most of the time, but particularly sprayed in the face. So the reaction he'll have is of disgust, and that should immediately calm down his libido. And Sarah, for you, I know that you will empathise with the fact that he's probably feeling a bit sore. And he has a bit of arthritis, and I know that you suffer with the same condition.
He's uncomfortable.
We're going to try a course of anti-inflammatories, okay? So you're going to be my nurse, you're going to be my behaviourist, and together I'm hoping we're going to have a happy and slightly less inappropriate ginger cat.
Okay.
Sound good?
That's brilliant, Scott.
Yeah. All right, sounds good.
I'm very pleased that it's nothing sinister, that it's just something that can be controlled.
All right, and look, let's not judge. You know, he's a lovely cat regardless of who he loves. Okay.
I'll just get myself a dog.
Oh, thanks.
Good boy. And roll over.
A month later in North London, South Korean rescue dog Jack is relishing life with his new family and big brother Snoopy.
And down. Get down. At the beginning, I was a little anxious. Obviously, I didn't know how his behaviour would be or how traumatised he would be. And he settled so well. I find it quite amazing how calm he's been, how comfortable he seems here. And it's lovely to see how happy Jack clearly is.
Scott performed eye surgery on Jack shortly after the beagle arrived from South Korea. And today he's making a home visit to see how well the little dog has recovered.
Hi, Caroline. How are you? Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Mwah. Mwah.
You want to come in and see the
love
doggy?
to. Can't wait to see my boy. Oh, it looks like someone's having a rough life. Hello. Hello, my boy. How are you? It's looking like he's having a dreadful time.
Not too miserable, I don't think.
And first things first, let me have a look at your eyes. I mean, amazingly, you really just can't tell the difference between the surgical eye, which was that left eye, and the right. They look exactly the same. So a great result on that front.
Lovely bright eye.
The cherry eye is completely resolved. He's looking good. And how's he going with his buddy here?
Really good. Better probably than I thought. At the beginning, I was a little anxious. I wasn't sure that Snoopy wanted a little brother, but it's been great. They spend a lot of time just cuddling up on the sofa together. At the beginning, he would fall off the sofa. I think his spatial awareness wasn't great, having been in a cage for so long.
We're pretty small confines and flat.
I think so. And his back legs, the muscles were very wasted. There wasn't much muscle there, so he's getting stronger. If Jack is feeling playful, then Snoopy gets told he has to play, which I think is quite nice for the old guy.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Jack is just part of the family now. We wouldn't want to be without him.
You're a lucky boy. Yeah, you're one of the lucky ones. Yeah. Yeah, you sure are. Yeah.
You gonna be a good boy from now on? Right?
As for grumpy Gizmo, The water spray and arthritis medications seem to be working.
You're not bothered about doing naughty things now.
He's no longer trying to hump David.
All you want is a big old cuddle, don't you? Yeah, that's it. Now you relax, aren't you?
Much to the delight of relieved owner Sarah.
Gizmo is one big, cuddly, loving baby. And we love him. You're supposed to be a pedigree Persian pussycat. Look at you. Come on, let's dry you off.
And there's good news for another one of the rescue dogs.
Hey, Mocha. Mocha. Mocha.
In South London, Mocha is also enjoying a brand new life.
How are you doing?
Mocha's new owner, Mina, is also originally from South Korea and feels strongly about the abuse of dogs in her home country.
I always felt very bad about my culture and people eating dog meat. I always wanted to rescue dogs from dog meat farm, and that's why we adopted Mocha.
Good boy. Good boy.
Mina's other rescue dog, Ellie, has been an ideal playmate for shy Mocha.
High five. Good girl.
Ellie is a very affectionate dog, so if we sit on the couch, Ellie will come and Mocha will just copy her and he'll come and ask for pets. So Ellie is just Mocha's model.
Sit.
But Mocha is still painfully timid and will need a lot more time to learn to socialize.
Mocha was just too scared about everything. And if you put on the lead and he thinks like, I'm going to do something on him, he will just sit on the floor and wouldn't move and just so scared. And so we tried to walk both of the dog together and then he was just completely okay on the lead. So we were so surprised. Wow, that's how he trusts dogs but not humans.
Mocha was deeply traumatized when Scott first saw him, so he's keen to check up on his progress.
That's it.
Hi there, Mina.
Hi, Scott.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Very good. I like the way you're making happy little families
Yes.
here.
Mm-hmm.
They're both getting on so nicely. So who is this?
This is Ellie.
Hello, Ellie. Hello, gorgeous. How are you? And of course, Mocha.
Yeah, hi, Mocha.
Hello, beautiful. Walking up to Mina, I get to see the beautiful Mocha looking like a completely transformed character. There he is on a lead in a park in the middle of London with a little canine companion and a loving new owner. It's wonderful. Can you say hi to me? Do you remember me? Do you remember me? Oh, thank you very much. Oh. Hey, sit. Wow, so already got some basic training down, Mina.
Yeah,
Well done.
you can ask for kisses too.
Oh, I'd love to. Can I have kisses? Kisses?
Oh.
Thank you. Even if you have to buy it, it's still lovely. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I think Mocha remembers Scott and it looks like he's happy to see Scott again and he gives like a bunch of kisses.
So still a bit nervous of people, which is completely understandable. I mean, where he came from, he had no trust or faith in the people around him. So it's a whole process of relearning that people actually are quite nice. One of the things that Mina's concerned about is that Mocha really doesn't like people, particularly men, which is not a surprise considering where he's come from. So she just needs to continue to socialise him well, go out and about, meet lots of lovely dog owners, and hopefully soon he'll realise that not all people are bad. Yeah.
But he's completely trusts me right now. So every time he's scared about other strangers who just come and sit right next to me and he just thinks that I can protect him.
Oh, Mocha really couldn't be in a more perfect environment to be with a country woman, with another dog that we know that he loves, and all he wants is love, affection, and attention. And it sounds like that's what he's going to get with you.
It's been only 1 month, but I see like huge improvement on Mocha.
Kisses.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, good boy. Good boy.
And thank you so much for taking care of him. I really appreciate it. I do.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm just so glad that I've been able to play a part, and now that he is in a happy
family. I have massive respect for Mina and absolutely everyone who's been involved with rescuing Mocha all the way through to him having a lovely new home. All those people are really fighting a great fight to try and end the cruel trade, which is the dog meat trade. Let's hope that it's over very soon.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you so much. I love you too. Yes.
Finally, a break in the weather.
Scott is in Cornwall, where severe weather has been lashing the rugged coastline, resulting in high numbers of seals being stranded along the beaches.
I've just had word that there's a seal pup that's been washed up on the beach, and the poor thing, it's in a pretty bad way. And that's a fairly common sighting down here on this wild and windy Cornish coastline, where seal pups are separated from their mum, and then it really is a struggle to survive on their own.
Scott's had extensive experience working with seals after a stint at the Marine Mammal Center in San Francisco. The center rescues and treats badly injured animals found along the California coast.
Hey Dan, so what have you got?
Hey, we've just picked up a little seal pup from over there. We've just moved it up because of the tide, but
okay.
We'll give it a check over now if you're ready to jump on it.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Dan is the Field Support Officer for British Divers Marine Life Rescue, a volunteer organisation dedicated to rescuing marine animals found in distress around the UK.
Just turn him around a little bit.
Like a young one.
It is, yeah, quite small as well, so here we go. Just pop that towel over it.
Oh, hello, beautiful.
Probably about in the range of 6 weeks, something like that.
Poor thing. Yeah, you're quite a thin girl, aren't you?
That's right.
While I'm sitting on this girl, I can really feel how bony and thin she is. I can feel her ribs and her spine. She just doesn't have the fat coverage that she should at this stage in her life.
The seal pup will have to be moved off the beach, but first she desperately needs rehydration.
Here you go.
Okay. All right, so sweetheart, this is not going to be very nice, but it's all for a good cause. So we've got sort of a nice energy drink there for her, yeah? Full of electrolytes and fluids.
It is.
Good girl. It's okay.
There we go. Taking that quite nicely. And these rehydration fluids will help just give her a little bit of energy, perk her up a little bit for the journey to the seal sanctuary where we can get her some care and antibiotics. So the rear right flipper here is looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Can't really see any injuries on there. There's a tiny little graze just here. And then same on this flipper here, a little bit of a bigger wound.
Oh, ouch.
Just there.
Yeah.
That's probably
a bite for sure, doesn't it?
Yeah.
My heart really goes out for this poor seal pup. I mean, only a few weeks ago, she would have been with mum, getting a lovely meal of milk very regularly throughout the day. Then she got weaned and things have gone from bad to worse. She's not been able to hunt. She's been bitten on one of her flippers. Then she's been dehydrated, starved, and then thrown onto the beach. So life has not been too fair for this poor girl.
There you go. That's it. I'll bring her ear end over.
Good girl. Sit, in you go. Here we go.
That's it.
The next step is to get this pup to the nearby Cornish seal sanctuary as quickly as possible for more emergency treatment.
Perfect.
Good girl.
Oh, Doty!
Back in London, Scott's receptionist Elle is worried about her new family pet.
Who loves her food?
Doty. Doty does. I've got a new Dachshund called Doty. She's a rescue from Dogs Trust and she's 4 months old.
Doty, come on. Where is it?
Elle and daughter Lucilda adopted Doty after looking after a friend's Dachshund and falling in love with the breed.
Doty, what's he doing?
Oh my goodness, the Dachshund breed are incredible. They're little characters, they can be very stubborn, they're cheeky, they're energetic, and they just love to play, and the children love Dachshunds. You can pick them up, carry them everywhere. They can go on long walks, just everything. She is a big, big part of the family.
But Elle fears the little pup may have had a tough start.
I know a little about her past. She was found in a van at Dover Docks with lots of litters of puppies that had come from Europe, and it had been seized.
With no details about her medical history, Doty is booked in for an appointment with vet Phoebe to make sure she doesn't have any serious health issues.
You have to be careful, they've got very long backs. I want Phoebe to just check the length of her back and her patellas, especially in the back legs, and just check her out completely to make sure she's okay. Good girl.
Back in Cornwall, Scott and Dan have arrived at the Cornish seal sanctuary with the injured pup. And waiting for them is animal care supervisor Claire.
Hey, Claire.
Hi.
How's it going?
All right. Hello.
So we've got a very beautiful female seal for you. She seems only a few weeks old, really quite thin.
Shivering.
Quite weak, a little bit dehydrated with the dry eyes, and she's got a bite wound on her right rear flipper and an abrasion on her right foreflipper.
Okay.
So now you've got to get her straight into the hospital, but first things first, you've got a very important white gown on for a good reason, haven't you?
Yeah, so we'll just quickly test her for avian flu, and once she's passed that, she can come straight up to the hospital and we can start treating her straight away.
Nice. Sounds exactly what she needs. All right, then. Avian flu is most commonly associated with birds, of course, but seals are also at risk of contracting the virus. It's a highly contagious and sometimes deadly condition. So if this girl has it, then we can't risk taking her into the hospital and coming into contact with other seals.
That's it. Thank you.
So I know that she needs a name to go into the hospital, and I just think she's so incredibly beautiful.
There is a word that we can use which might suit her, which is Gwinny, or Gwinny, perhaps for short.
Okay. There you go, Gwinny. What do you think? Says, I don't care. I don't care what you call me. I'm hungry and I'm cold.
Pretty much.
Well, now your name's Gwinny, you can come to the hospital. Hopefully that avian flu test has come back negative. Hey, baby. How's it looking, Claire?
Yeah, it's all negative. So
All negative?
we're ready to go.
Awesome. Okay, let's get this girl into the hospital then, shall we?
Excellent. Gwinny might not look too bad right now, but she might just be hanging on to that last little bit of energy to keep her going, but she could really crash at any moment if she just loses all of her energy. So it's quite important we move really quickly now.
Okay then, Dan, thanks a lot. Okay, Gwinny, let's go. Let's get into that hospital, sweetheart. So, where is she going in here?
Yeah, just pop her in here and then we'll just need to change her wellies.
It's just a short distance up to the hospital, and straight away Scott and Claire can start work on Gwinny.
So the broom technique, yes?
Yeah, over the shoulder.
Okay.
A weigh-in will provide important clues about the young seal's condition.
So, including the cage, it's 26 kilograms. So the cage is how heavy?
It's 14 and a half.
14 and a half. Okay, so that means she's 14 and a half, so she's 11 and a half?
Yeah.
But that's a very, very light seal, isn't it?
Yeah, incredibly light.
Yeah.
At this age, she should be about 25, 26 kilos at least.
So she's less than half the weight she should be.
Very, very
Gwinny,
small.
gee, you really have fallen on hard times. Let's settle you into your new dig, sweetie. Come on.
11 and a half kilos. She's one of the smallest that we've had in this year. Very, very skinny. You can see her hip bones and you can see her ribs. So yeah, very malnourished.
So Claire, lots of clothing changes and boot changes here at the sanctuary. They're really important, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. We have to make sure that anything that she has doesn't get transmitted to the whole hospital. So it's very important that one set of wellies, one set of overalls, and one set of jackets for one pup.
Yeah, because one set of germs doesn't want to spread to another pup.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's start your exam, sweetie. Okay. It's all right. It's all right.
It's okay.
Brave girl. Okay, so first things first, I should just take her temperature, hey? All right. No one likes a thermometer there, sweetie. Honestly, no one. Hey. Oh! Gwinny, goodness gracious.
Yeah, the seals do all the time.
Do they?
Yeah.
Lovely. No one can ever say that our job is particularly glamorous. And here I am at the Seal Sanctuary, scrabbling around on the floor with a colleague, very close, very intimate. Claire's doing a fantastic job as I'm trying to take little Gwinny's temperature. And then Gwinny lets off an interesting noise. Definitely wasn't Claire. So just getting a temperature there, it's 38.9, which is actually quite worrying. The average temperature for a seal is about 37. So nearly 2 degrees above that means that she is suffering likely with a fever. So she's even more unwell than we first thought.
All right, so I'm just going to check all the flippers then. I'm just going to check that wounded flipper. This wound does look quite a lot worse than it did on the beach. It's quite deep. It looks quite infected. Okay, there's a little tiny bite there and a larger bite there, so I suggest that this is definitely a seal bite. There's sort of a canine hole and then a premolar hole. There's 3 deep wounds on Gwinny's left rear flipper, and they really look very painful and very sore. There's a little bit of pus coming out of one of them. There is a distinct possibility that little Gwinny could be suffering with a condition known as osteomyelitis, which is infection of the actual bone. Because these bites are so deep, they can penetrate right down and into the bone, and this could lead to a blood infection known as septicemia, and that could have dire consequences for the future of little Gwinny. So Claire, lots of these seal pups that come in have these pretty extensive bite wounds.
The adults will defend their space, and if the pups don't move out of the way or get caught in the middle of it, then they can be the casualties.
Okay, so now it's blood sampling time. The concern of taking a blood sample from a seal is that you actually have to put the needle pretty much hovering over the spinal cord. Now, in a dog or a cat, you can take it from the jugular vein, so in their neck or in their front limb. That's not the case with seals, so it's quite nerve-wracking because you go in a little bit too far and you can irreparably injure the seal you're trying to save. Okay, good girl. Excellent. Okay, good. Okay. It's always quite a nerve-wracking moment because that needle is very close to the seal's spine, and the spinal cord is pretty important. I think we all can agree. So we'll send that to the lab and we'll just see how healthy or not she is, and we can start the course of treatment.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so hydration time again. So, okay, come on. Fluids at this stage of her hospitalisation are incredibly important, so it's only really once you're fully hydrated we actually develop an appetite.
It's not very clever, is it?
I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit concerned about her.
Yeah.
There we go. No. Sorry, sweetie, you're not ready yet. She really doesn't look well at all. She's very weak, she's very flat, and quite frankly, she looks lonely and sad, and I really do hope that she pulls through. We'll be back soon. So now I'm down here in Cornwall, it seems like word's got out a bit that there is a vet for hire. So I've just had a phone call from a wildlife enthusiast who's got a couple of patients that he wants me to take a look at.
Morning, sweet cheeks. Breakfast. Hello. Who's a good girl?
Gary Zammit is the head ranger at Feed and Farm, which is dedicated to the care and protection of indigenous UK wildlife.
Good morning, Rodney.
He's invited Scott today to help with 2 of his rescue rooks.
What are you doing? The great thing about rooks is they're intelligent, they're extremely affectionate, and they're one of our really beautiful native birds in Britain.
Hi there, Gary.
Hello,
How
nice
are you?
to meet you.
Good to meet you, I'm Scott.
Cheers.
And who's this awesome creature?
This is Rodney. So this is
Rodney.
One of our rooks that won't need any of your attention today.
Yes, well, he's looking
fine.
very healthy. I mean, it's very clear. Rooks are part of the crow family, aren't they? With magpies and ravens and things.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. And so they're very, very smart, aren't you?
And normally, you think of them as a wild animal. So why is this guy on your wrist?
Well, they're all rescues that can't be released. So this one was actually found when a tree blew down in a storm, and he was the only chick found alive. And so he was reared from a tiny baby. So he's totally what we call imprinted, so he thinks he's human.
Hence the human name.
Yes, hence the human name, Rodney.
Yeah.
You're handsome, aren't you?
Will you come and say hi to the vet? Will you? Oh, you're taking a little nibble out of the vet. Well,
Put your
luckily
hand
I'm not
behind
here
him.
to see you.
Put your hand behind him, he'll probably step up.
Hello, mate. Wow, he is gorgeous, isn't he? All right then, Rodney, you're going to come and introduce me to the team? Yeah? Shall we go? Come on then. Come on then, buddy. Come on this way. Here we go. Come on. Hey.
Hello, guys. Hello, sweet cheeks. Come on then, what have they got for you?
The first patient is a rook called Sweet Cheeks, who was rescued after living most of its life in a cramped cage.
So if I can just go. Good girl. Gotcha. Good girl. I can have a little tea towel. Just cover her eyes.
Yeah.
That'll calm her down a little bit. Sweet Cheeks is probably one of the worst cases I've ever seen. When we got to the house to collect her, the whole place was absolutely filthy. There was a cage jammed in a dark, dingy room with cats climbing over it. And when we got her out of the cage to have a look at her, we saw the deformed beak, the deformed legs and feet, and she was just a mess, basically.
But I can see that malocclusion there, and that they're not actually lined up correctly, which is why we're seeing this knot wearing down. Okay, we just need to trim that end off, don't we?
Yep.
Poor girl. And just whilst we're there, can I just have a look at these feet? Oh, bless her, look at those. They really are mangled, aren't they? Poor little Sweet Cheeks, eh? Deformed beak, and then this incredible disability of these two club feet, but it doesn't seem to be affecting her. She's eating and happy just like the other ones?
Yeah, she took a long time to settle in, mainly because she was terrified to leave the cage that she'd lived in for 8 years.
So as this one's the one curling over the top, clearly it's not touching at all on the floor, which is why they're growing so long. But I quite like to have a cue as to how long a natural Rooks nail is. So I might just see if Rodney wants to come and help me with that. Okay. Come here, mate. Do you want to come and model your feet? Never thought you'd be a foot model, did you? Good boy. That's a good lad. Right, let's have a look at your nails. Okay. So just looking at little Rodney's nails, they're about a centimetre and a half or so. So that's a good guide for Sweet Cheeks, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Do you want to do it? No? Okay, I'll do it. All right. Okay, good boy. So to about there. Try that. Okay, good. So poor little Sweet Cheeks is suffering with these very long nails because she's got these very deformed feet. She's had an awful life up to now until she's come to be in Gary's loving arms. And the toes are very deformed, and so the nails aren't wearing naturally on the ground or on perches, and as a result they overgrow, which is why we need to trim them. Good, that's good, I'm happy with that. Rodney, what do you think? Hey? I think you probably could have done better. Hey, all right, so now for that beak. About there, what do you think? All right, Sweet Cheeks. That's it.
There you are. I know, it's okay.
This side is really off to the left here, so all that is just deviating off to the right, and clearly just not rubbing the way it should. Rodney, I'm trying to work.
He wants his attention.
I'm nearly there. This is twinging my perfection gene, so I just want to make her beak look absolutely perfect. It does look so much better already. Look at that. Ta-da!
That's better, isn't it? Oh, I know.
What do you think, Sweet Cheeks? I think that's Rook for unimpressed.
Yeah, I don't think she's impressed at all, are you? Good girl.
Good girl. Well done. All right.
That looks a lot better.
Oh, clip nails, sorted out beak so she can go. Good girl. Well done.
Come on in. Easy, easy, easy. There you go. Oh, that looks better, doesn't it?
Oh, thanks, Rodney, for the present there, eh? Didn't they say something about it's good luck to be pooed on by a bird? I think that's what people that haven't been pooed on say. Yeah.
Ow, that's not very nice, Nelson, is it?
Gary's next patient for Scott is Nelson, who has a far more serious problem with his wing.
There we go. And Nelson was brought here by a lady who found him just running along a road with one wing drooping. And when she got closer, realised that Nelson couldn't actually take off. Nelson's wing just seems to have drooped more and more with time. And unfortunately, it's getting to the stage now where it's tripping over the wing gets tangled. And then you have the dilemma, do you just euthanize it or do you see what you can do?
You just have a good feel. So you've just been trimming the feathers just because she's been tripping over them?
Yeah, it just takes the weight off it a bit.
It just feels quite wasted, so sort of a section of muscles called patagium, and it's maybe it's been affected at some point, so rather than there being an obvious break, it's just weakness, and so the wing has just dropped down. Yep. But unfortunately, that muscular structure also contains nerves, and if the nerves are irreparably damaged, then unfortunately never will this rook be able to use the wing properly.
What I do think is that he suffered a neurological injury. There's something called a patagium, which is basically a sort of a thickening of nerves and tendinous structures that runs down from the shoulder all the way to the wrist joint, the metacarpal. And I wonder if he suffered an injury there, it's damaged the nerves irreparably, and now he can't move his wing properly. Therefore, I would actually suggest amputation, removing the wing completely.
He's never going to be releasable. But I just feel with the wing gone, his quality of life's going to be better.
All right, let's put this boy in the box.
Okay.
There she goes. Okay, Gary.
All right.
Let's go.
The reality is it might sound harsh taking a wing off, but the wing's doing nothing at all apart from making Nelson's life more difficult. And Nelson could have another 30 years or so. So we want to make those 30 years as comfortable as possible.
Scott will perform the delicate surgery with a new team at a local vet clinic.
Come on then, Nelson.
Thank you.
Sit.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. Come on in. Hello, everyone.
Afternoon.
How you going? Hi, I'm Scott.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
This is Gary.
Hi, Gary.
And this
Nice
is
to
my
meet you.
rook patient, Nelson, who needs a wing amputation.
Okay. I think Claire's in the prep room ready for you, so if you want to go through, it's perfect.
Great. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Come on, let's go.
I've drawn up the drugs ready to go there. All right. So
Waiting to assist Scott are vet nurses Tash and Claire.
X-ray and then prep afterwards.
Well, hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Scott. How you going?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Claire, hello.
Hi, Tash.
Hi, Tash. How are you? So this is Gary.
Nice to meet you.
And Gary has our rook patient, okay? So Nelson needs a wing amputation. So if you pop him up there and say your goodbyes.
Okay. See you later, Nelson. Yeah, he's nice and calm.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, take it easy. We'll see you on the other side.
Okay,
All right.
thanks.
Cheers, Gary.
Cheers.
Where are you, mate? There you are. There you are. I've got you. I've got you. It's okay. Okay. Okay, I've got him. Shh. Yeah, I've got him. There he is. Isn't he incredible?
Yeah.
That, as we know, anaesthetics and birds can be quite risky. This guy seems pretty chilled, however.
It's really calm, isn't it?
He's really calm, and hopefully we'll all be cool, calm, and collected. One of the big things with bird anaesthetics is that we need to just do everything as quickly as possible because they're very delicate creatures. We want the anaesthetic to be short and we want them to wake up quickly. So everything needs to move at pace. So this smells gross, all right? But then you'll wake up feeling much better. Actually, that seems a pretty good fit, actually. So I'd let you know when he's going a little limp. I'll know that because he's really got good hold of my finger.
Are you that in?
Yep, he's going a little limp there.
With Nelson now under anaesthetic,
Okay, all right, happy, Tash? All right, let's go.
Scott can get an X-ray of the bird's damaged wing.
That is just the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Where's this bit of bone gone, Nelson? Hey? I'm really perplexed by what I'm seeing because he doesn't have a part of his humerus. It is literally not on this X-ray. It's so unbelievably weird. I really don't know why or how that's happened. All I know is it's going to make the amputation easier because he doesn't even have bone to cut through. So happy days, but super weird. So, ladies, a little bit of a turn up for the books in that the humerus already has a gap in it. So I thought it was very strange when I was feeling it then, but that's clearly why he's not been able to use his wing because it's simply not attached to the rest of his body.
At least there's a good reason for it.
Yeah.
Right, brilliant.
Yeah, and it means less work for us.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. All right,
Okay.
I'm going to get changed into my vet gear.
Okay.
You guys keep plucking. All right.
Okay, he's stable. He's got really good sound, strong heartbeat. Regular. Brilliant. That's good.
Good.
You happy?
Struggling to hear. Just pop the lead there.
Just turn the ISO off if you think so.
Seconds later, Nelson's heartbeat has dropped alarmingly.
You just go quite right round the side. Just can't hear it. I'm struggling to hear.
In Cornwall, the operation to remove Nelson the Rook's wing has taken an alarming turn.
I just can't hear it. I don't know whether it's just my hearing, if it's that light.
As we're desperately waiting to hear from Tash so she can hear Nelson's heartbeat just time starts to stand still and every moment feels like hours.
I don't know if I can just hear machines. Yeah. Turn the ice off.
Just turn the ice off. Anything?
Can you hear anything?
Now that Nelson's struggling under the anaesthetic and we can't hear his heartbeat, we turn the anaesthetic off. So hopefully he'll start to lighten up, but it does take quite some time before we can hear any heartbeat at all. Happy? Right. Okay. Unfortunately, my friend, I'd have much more finesse than normally, but this is not going to be my prettiest. I think Nelson was in a whisper of death, honestly. Like, he was just so close to not coming back. And anaesthetics in birds are risky. So we'll just skin there. Okay, so this will be the sore bit. Oh.
Okay, right, I'm going to put him back to 3.
As I start to move forward with the surgery, Nelson's anaesthetic again takes a turn and he starts to wake up. Is that a mask?
Yeah. There you go. Right, get back in there, mister.
We react by increasing the anaesthetic and then he goes down again, but it's a hell of a roller coaster ride. Okay, girls. Okay, you ready?
Yep. Yep.
Here we go.
Okay.
Off.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, Claire, you still happy?
Yep.
So that's the last stitch, so let's wake him up. Oh, I don't know about you two, but I nearly had a heart attack doing that.
Yeah, pretty scary anaesthetics,
Oh.
yeah.
Wow, we did warn Gary. I don't know if we warned ourselves.
No.
I think I'm supposed to be the harbingers of death. We want him to see the light. Come back towards the light. Come on.
The shock sometimes that can kill them after the operation,
right.
which is the recovery is sometimes the more risky part, isn't it? Which is,
Nelson.
Yeah, he's coming. He's coming.
Okay, mate, come on then. That was hellishly stressful. And honestly, I feel like we've literally saved this guy's life a couple of times during this procedure. And now, hopefully, if he comes through this anaesthetic, he's going to make a full recovery. Yeah. So I think we can all feel very proud. Here we go.
His eyes are open. His eyes are open. Look at this. He's a fighter.
Say hi.
Feel better now.
Hey, you must say thank you to the girls. Hey, thank you for saving my life. Hey? Hey, you've given all of us grey hairs. Yes, you have. A truly incredible experience has happened here in Cornwall with this rook because it was a very short anaesthetic on a bird that needed a surgery. It was absolutely right to do it, but to go through it with strangers and come out of it with 2 new friends and a rook that survived without the wing that it didn't need, it's an absolute miracle. So here he is.
Looking a bit smaller.
Yes. So the girls and I have just completed an amputation, so you can just see the site under there. The girls did an amazing job at plucking. So, and Gary, I've got some very odd news for you in that actually he was missing a piece of his upper forearm. So his wing wasn't actually attached to his body. It was only attached by skin and sinew and muscle. But the bone literally disappeared. I don't know where it is, but it's not in your bird.
Oh, right.
But after some, shall we say, anaesthetic challenges, girls, we'll just leave it at that. Anaesthetic challenges, we've managed to get your boy through and we're just chuffed for you. We're very, very proud of ourselves and of him. And now we want you to take him home and give him lots of love.
Brilliant. That's
all right?
Lovely. Thank you.
Okay, let's pop you in. Good boy. All right. In you go, lad. In you go, lad. That's it. Good lad. Good boy. Girls and I are going to the pub. Seriously, pub.
We've been promised a beer.
Yeah, at least one. You've earned it.
Brilliant.
Right.
Thank you.
Cheers, Gary.
Lovely.
Good on you, mate.
Thanks a lot.
All the best.
Thank you.
We'll come and visit him. He's only up the road, so.
Yeah, please do.
Bless him.
Cheers. Thank
Bye.
you.
Okay.
All right then. Come on.
Bye, Nelson.
Bye, Nelson.
Bye.
Oh, right. I'm never doing a rook anaesthetic ever again.
Nor am I.
Although, can I say, girls, high five.
Yes.
Come on then, Doty.
Back in St Margaret's, receptionist Elle is bringing in her newly adopted Dachshund Doty for an important first health check with vet Phoebe.
Oh, hello.
Hello. We've come to meet you today for our general health check. Should we come out of the bag? Let me put the bag down and we'll get her out safely.
Doty's welcoming committee is practice manager Maz and receptionist Lizzie.
Oh, you little sausage. Oh.
Can have a cuddle.
Cuddle. Cuddle. Oh, hello. Doty.
Oh, hi. I think Doty and I have stolen each other's hearts. There's something about her, and I can see why Elle has just fallen in love with her, because she's just got this little spirit and, oh, yeah, she's just delicious. Just delicious.
The 6-month-old rescue dog was found malnourished in a truck full of puppies that had come from Europe. And Elle wants to make sure she doesn't have any health problems.
She's so thin, isn't she?
I know. She was thinner than that.
Really?
Yeah. She eats like a little horse, though. She's got a good appetite.
Has she?
Yeah.
Good.
Loves everything.
There it is. Oh, good girl.
What's going on here?
Who else is here?
Who's this?
Who's... Oh, hello. I hope you've got waterproof makeup on.
Maz, move out of the way. I need some time.
Go on then. Go on then.
Oh, Alice is Doty.
Oh, is she going to nuzzle under?
Hello. Come on then. You're coming too well.
All right.
Bye, baby. See you later.
Come on, Doty.
She's ridiculously cute, isn't she?
She's so cute. I'm going to wait here till she comes out.
Right then, let me have a little look at her. What we tend to look out for is if she goes in at the waist, which she certainly does, and you can actually see her ribs, and that means that she's a little bit underweight, so put on a little bit more weight and then she'll be perfect, I think.
I think she'll be happy with that.
Yeah, obviously we want to keep her as slim as possible because it will have negative effects on her joints and things if she's overweight. So I assume she's been eating well then.
Eating really well.
Those lovely little teeth. Yeah, it looks like she's got some adult teeth coming through.
How exciting.
Right then, time to listen to your heart. Here we go, you look at Mummy. Good girl.
As Phoebe is listening to her heart, it all goes a bit quiet, and I'm thinking, what has she found? Okay, Phoebe.
Yeah. That all sounds fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah, nice regular rate and rhythm. So.
Okay, fantastic.
Elle's quite clued up with dogs, obviously, from working in a practice. She knows what she's getting into, and she knows that Dachshunds have issues with spines as well. So that's another thing that she'd like me to check today. The most important things you can do at home are to minimise any sort of big jumps. So try and stop her jumping on and off the sofa and try and avoid stairs if you can as well.
Yeah.
And the other most important thing is keeping her slim, because obviously that will put less pressure on her joints as well.
Okay.
Because the spinal cord obviously runs all the way down the middle of the spine, sometimes they can get nerve deficits. So one of the ways we test that is by just seeing if she knows where her paws are. So you turn it over and then she corrects
it.
So she knows where her feet are. That's a good sign.
Thank goodness, Dot. Doty, is it time to get back in your bag? Time to go home now? Oh, I'll go and get her bag, Phoebe, if you could just hold her.
Okay, I'm just going to have one last little cuddle.
Okay.
I don't know what it is that makes Doty so cute. Maybe it's her massive ears, maybe it's her tiny little legs, or maybe it's just her personality capturing everyone's hearts.
Oh, Phoebe, thank you so much for today.
That's okay.
Very reassuring to know that she's fine and all the things I need to look out for.
Definitely. She's doing really, really well. I'm sure she's got many, many happy years ahead with you.
I'm sure. Come on then, Doty, let's go. There, you're going to stay in. Come on then. Bye, Phoebe.
Bye.
In Cornwall, severe weather is continuing to take its toll on the local seal population. Scott has been helping out at the Cornish Seal Sanctuary Hospital, and rescuer Dan has arrived with another patient that needs immediate care.
She's a little bit on the small side, just only 14 kilos. Here's her paperwork here from when she was picked up.
Yeah, so she's quite a young one then. Hello, gorgeous.
She is.
And what's her name?
Her name is Fortune.
Now, Dan, I must say, I've seen some varied coloured seals. I've never seen a yellow one before.
She had a little accident in the cage on the way down.
Right, well,
and she's Covered us up.
Right, a lot of people get travel sickness,
yeah.
so we won't blame you, sweetheart. Never mind. Okay. So straight away I can see a little bit of discharge from the nose there, so she has got a mild respiratory infection, it seems. Cold and flu season for us and cold and flu season for seals.
It can be, yeah. Absolutely.
And then obviously by having a respiratory infection, they can't breathe properly, so they can't dive properly, so they can't eat properly, which is why you then find them washed up on a beach.
Yeah, exactly. So she's 14 kilos. She's about 5 weeks old now. She should be double that weight, ideally.
All right, well, I think she's in desperate need of some hospital care, so I'm going to don the outfit to just do the quick avian flu test, and then we can get her into the hospital.
Sure, great.
Okay.
Scott needs to check Fortune for the highly contagious, deadly avian flu virus. If she is carrying it, she won't be able to be treated up in the hospital.
All right, so...
Oh, nice.
Lovely. Thank you very much. I was going to actually put a swab in her nose. I should have just caught it with my face.
Giving you a sample.
Yeah, she really was.
That looks like it's okay. I think, yeah, we got inside.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good girl. Bit of seal snot, yeah? So there's a saying, make haste slowly, and that's exactly what we have to do with these rescue seals. Yes, they need urgent care, but if we rush them into the hospital and they have contagious diseases, they can spread it to some of the others. Okay, so very good news there, Dan. Only one line, so no avian flu.
All clear?
All right, yep. So I'm going to get out of this incredible outfit and let's get her into the hospital, shall we?
All right, let's go.
She needs our help. Go round here to Auntie Claire. There she is.
Hey, Claire.
Hey.
So we've got a young female. She's quite underweight and she's got a wound on her right hind flipper and she doesn't have avian flu, so all good. There you go, sweetie. Finally, I can get to grips with Fortune. Now she's able to be admitted into the hospital. I can check this poor girl over and see what injuries she's suffering with. Yeah, she's certainly not got anywhere near the fight that some of the others have, does
she hasn't got the strength, which is probably because she's so skinny and not been eating for a wee while.
Yeah, the temperature's 36.4, so just slightly low, but at least it's not high, so she doesn't have a active systemic infection, so that's good. So this right flipper, straight away I can feel like it's very swollen and actually quite hot to the touch.
Right.
So no surprise if there's an abscess lurking in there somewhere. So what I found here is just the exit wound of what looks like a bite wound. So she sustained an injury while she's been out and about, and then the wound's healed. She's then got an abscess, which is broken open on the underside of her flipper. So just as a dog or a cat, particularly cats, get cat fight abscesses and they turn very nasty very quickly, the same's applied for little Fortune.
When Scott first saw Fortune in the car park, he was concerned about discharge from her nose.
Chest doesn't sound too bad. So I think it probably is an upper respiratory infection rather than a more serious lung infection.
Her breathing's not too laboured, so hopefully it's just minor.
Yeah. Right. So hydration time. So they've got the same gap between the teeth that a dog has. So you're going with your fingers to get a worming tablet in. That hose must be quite uncomfortable, but it's all very important stuff, isn't it, to rehydrate them?
Yeah, I bet it's not the most comfortable, but she'll thank me in the long run for it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, she'll be parched. She needs a good drink.
Yeah.
So now that we've rehydrated little Fortune, the last thing I need to do is to give her some medical treatment. And what she really needs is very similar to how we treat a cat with a cat bite abscess. She needs antibiotics and she needs some pain relief in the form of anti-inflammatories. So I'm going to give her 2 injections, which aren't very nice. They have to go into the muscle, but it's all important to get her to start feeling better. Okay. Well, Fortune, I think your fortunes are looking up, my girl. Yes.
I'm really hopeful that she'll return back out into the wild after the infection's cleared and that she's gained that much needed weight. As soon as she starts feeding for herself and really, really guzzling the fish down and competing well with the others, I'm sure she'll be fine.
Even though you're pretty feisty. But feisty's good. That's what we've learned. Yeah. Feisty's good.
Good morning, Nelson. How are you doing? There you go. Good.
Next morning, over at Feed and Farm, Nelson the Rook is recovering well from his amputation surgery.
You're looking good, aren't you? Get some breakfast.
Hey there, Gary.
Oh, morning.
How are you?
Yeah, good.
Right.
Yeah.
How's my rook patient doing?
Brilliant. No, really, really good.
Mate? Oh, he looks fantastic, doesn't he?
Yeah, so much more comfortable looking now.
Yeah.
During a tense surgery, Scott had to remove Nelson's deformed wing.
Today, Nelson is looking absolutely fantastic. You would never know that he's been through quite the bumpy ride that he has, and he seems fighting fit.
That's it. And then there's that little suture line in there. Looking good. Very small, really.
Yeah, I'm surprised how small that wound is.
Right, mate, you can go and see your mates, hey? Go and find that girlfriend of yours, hey? Come on then, let's go.
Good boy.
Hello, team. Hello, Rodney. Hello, champ. Look, we got your buddy back. Look. Look. Hi. How are you this morning? Hello. Look. Look, it's Nelson. There he is. There's your buddy. There he is.
Yeah.
All right, Nelson, you go find your girlfriend now, buddy. Okay. And there he is.
Fantastic.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's his mate there calling now.
Gary, thanks so much for the opportunity to perform this procedure on your rooks and for sharing your passion, because now, being with these guys just for a couple of days, I can really see where that passion comes from. They're awesome.
That's great. No, thank you. I mean, Nelson there's looking great. He's going to be a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
And Sweet Cheeks Beak's looking great. And yeah, it is amazing how once you spend a little bit of time with the species that you might not think much of before, it changes your attitude. And that's the whole point of what we do.
You all right, Rodney? Do you want to come home with me? You're pretty cool.
And he is a bit of a star, isn't he?
Oh, he's a ledge.
It's Scott's last day at the Cornish Seal Sanctuary, and he has a special treat for Gwinny, the first seal pup he helped rescue a few days ago.
Look what I've got. Look, what you think? What you think? Oh, clever girl. Well done. Someone's got her appetite back, haven't they? It's incredible to see the wild instincts coming back through with this beautiful little seal pup. Gwinny's ripping away at this fish ferociously, just like a seal would in the wild. So I'm really hopeful that she is going to make a full recovery. All right, Gwinny, you be a good girl. Stay in there and get well soon. Good girl. Well done. Good girl. That's it.
Hopefully, both Gwinny and Fortune will eventually be moved to these outside pools to continue their convalescence. Before Scott heads off, Claire wants to introduce him to Ray, one of the sanctuary's long-term residents.
Ray!
Hello, mate. He's incredible, isn't he?
Yeah, he's great, so...
Hello, big boy.
And if you call him, he'll come a little bit forward.
Come here, mate. Here you go, big boy. There you go. Good boy, that's it. Well done. Good lad. Oh, he's such an incredible boy, isn't he?
He is. He's a rescue from back in 2001. Sadly, we think he suffered a blow to the head before he was rescued, resulting in him being completely blind.
Oh, there you go, mate. Well, certainly no issue with him eating, so he can feel the fish coming towards him with his whiskers, can't he?
Yeah, exactly. And luckily, he recognises his own name, so we can give him a little bit of extra fish while the rest are busy eating.
Well, thank you so much for that. That's such a special experience. I do hope that Ray looks after our little Gwinny.
I'm sure he will, yeah. He's a very sweet character. So he's...
Hello. You better be sweet as well. Hey? Her name's Gwinny. She's very sweet. She's very beautiful. Don't be too jealous. All right, Claire. Well, thank you so much for letting me come here and work with you. It's been amazing.
Well, thank you so much for all your help.
Oh, you're so welcome. All right, then. Bye, guys. Take care, Claire.
See you later.
Bye. It's been an incredibly special week being down here in Cornwall, a county that I absolutely love. And I've really reminded myself of just how feisty and fun British wildlife are, from the pecky rooks to the slightly snappy seals. And I think I've been reminded of how much British wildlife reminds me of British people, tough and resilient.
And 4 months later, there's some good news from Cornwall. Gwinny has been nursed back to full health. She's put on weight and her infected bite wounds have fully healed. So today she's being released. along with 6 other rescue seals that have also completed their recuperation.
It's the best feeling in the world. It sounds really corny and really cheesy, but when you see them when they're so ill or so vulnerable when they come in and you build them up and you're releasing them at 30, 35 kilos and they're just this big, healthy pup, it's just fantastic to see them disappear back out into the sea and hopefully be fine.
Come on, babe.
At Scott's Richmond practice, concerned owner Kathy is bringing in 9-year-old baby Chino.
Hello.
Hi, Kathy. How are you?
Oh,
Good to see
wow. That's baby Chino.
This is baby Chino.
Oh my God, she's beautiful.
Thank you, I think so. I love baby Chino's quirky face, but it's a face that perhaps only a mother could love. Gone shaky, haven't you?
The unique little dog is a Pugalier, a cross between a pug and a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel.
You're such a funny dog. And around the streets of St Margaret's, she gets quite the response, doesn't she?
She does, yeah. She gets a smile from everybody, a few laughs.
Oh,
Thank you, baby.
but you're lovely though, aren't
She
you?
is super lovely. And I love the fact you haven't pointed out her most distinguishing feature.
I was about to ask.
Yes, the little sideways tongue. It's not something you see every day, is it? But that's not what she's in for today, though, is it?
No, today it's her legs, her wobbly legs, yeah.
Okay, let's get you in the consult room, hey, and have a chat about your legs. Hey? Yes, come on then.
Down we go.
Baby Chino's been a patient of mine for the last 6 years, ever since she came over with her mum, Kathy, and the family from Australia. She's got an incredibly memorable, beautiful face. She's got beautiful brown eyes. She's got an incredible personality. She's a really lovely dog. And was she always, how can I say this delicately, characterful?
Do you mean in her appearance?
Yes.
Yes. Initially, she was a very gorgeous puppy. Yeah. Everything was in the right place. But then as she grew, some of her bones seemed to start twisting, not only in her legs, but also her face.
And now it's just really recently that you've started to see that she's actually limping, is that right?
Yeah, she's limping a bit. She's not walking as far as she would used to, or chasing dogs in the park as much. If she is running, I notice she stumbles on her front paws. They seem to sort of collapse underneath her a bit.
Oh dear. All right, well, let's have a
Twisting out more and more.
Yeah, I mean, straight away you can just see they're like flippers of a seal, aren't they? They're like that.
Yeah.
But particularly, I feel the right leg is dropping down even more, and you can see she's putting a lot more weight on the left, lifting the right up a little bit, aren't you? So I'll start with that one first if I can. Okay, so you can just see how naturally it wants to just splay out that way. They should be standing forward like that and on the toes. Can I feel the other one now? Okay, so it isn't just her face that is interestingly put together.
No.
Unfortunately, her limbs also are not that well designed, sadly. And what's happened is over the years, by being in the wrong shapes, they've started to wear away at various joints and probably stretching various ligaments.
Okay.
And now I think what we're seeing is sort of critical mass. So we're going to pretty much do a dog X-ray and look at all of these joints and just see how they're faring. And then we can work out the best plan moving forward.
Okay, great.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Does that sound good?
Yeah,
So, no, I want to go home with Mummy.
I feel better that her legs are going to be examined under X-ray so we can find out exactly what is going on with her.
Nice big cuddle with Auntie Jess.
Oh, and more importantly, whether there's anything that we can do to help her.
Okay. X-ray. The real difficulty with baby Chino is that she's got 4 limbs which are abnormal. X-ray. So you really do need to understand each joint and take very careful steps to try and correct them, because sometimes you can fix one only to make another one worse, not better. X-ray. I think that's enough X-rays for baby Chino for one day.
A series of 12 X-rays show baby Chino's problems are much worse than first thought.
Moving forward, it's very clear that her body is
being damaged by the shape of her abnormal limbs. And as a result, there is a really big question mark as to her future because it's all about quality of life. And eventually, it might be that she doesn't have any. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Scott.
Got a few pictures to show you.
Great.
Come on in.
Thank you.
So we've taken x-rays of pretty much every nook and cranny of your little dog in order to understand better what's going on. So what we actually have is 2 limbs, both have different issues, but both causing discomfort.
Right.
So that's why I think it's best that we send you to a specialist and he'll best advise us, and then we'll work through baby Chino and her beautiful abnormalities. Here she is.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, baby. Oh, she's off.
Hello. She wants to go home.
Hi.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
You all right now?
Yeah, that wasn't too bad, was it?
Kathy will take baby Chino to see orthopedic specialist Michael Hamilton to work out the best way to fix the little dog's painful limp.
We'll see if we can get your legs sorted very soon. Yeah.
Downstairs, one of Scott's other vets, recent graduate Phoebe, needs his help with an emergency case.
This is Chester.
Yeah, hello, mate.
He's just sedated at the moment. He's just sleeping. The owner brought him in because he's been vomiting and had really bad diarrhea for about a week now.
Okay.
So we did some blood tests and it's all pretty normal. And then we did some x-rays and, well, do you want to have a look at the x-rays?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
The 11-month-old Cocker Spaniel has something suspicious lodged in its abdomen.
What do you think it is? Do you think it's like a staple or?
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of wire, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very weird, but it shouldn't be where it is, which is right in the middle of this dog's intestines.
Yeah.
Certainly the reason why little Chester would have been vomiting so violently for so long. Let's just have a look and see how long it is. It's about nearly 1.5 centimetres.
So that would be about,
decent size.
that could be a staple, I guess, then. couldn't it?
The reason that wire is so concerning is that it's got very sharp edges and it can get stuck at points. It can even perforate the gut. If it does so, the dog can get something like peritonitis, which can actually be life-threatening. And the fact that the bloods are okay means that hopefully it hasn't yet perforated, but there's no doubt that that needs to come out and needs to come out straight away. The procedure that we need to perform with Chester is called an exploratory laparotomy, where we go inside his abdomen, we have a good look, we try and locate where this piece of wire is and take it out. So let's just give him his GA. You're a good boy.
Upstairs, Chester's nervous owners are waiting for any news.
I've been really worried about Chester today. It's been really upsetting and really worrying, wondering what was going to happen to him today.
Okay, Jess, I'm going to start cutting now.
Cool.
All right. It's quite common for dogs to swallow silly things. They don't tend to be too discerning when it comes to going to the park, and Chester is an absolute shocker. He's been in for diarrhea numerous times because of silly things that he's eaten in the park. But this time, he's bitten off more than he can chew. He's bitten off wire. So now we have to go through the many feet of intestine and see if we can find it. I think it's quite low down from the x-ray, so we'll start at the bottom and work our way upwards.
Okay.
So that's the lymph node. There's the cecum. Basically what we're doing right now is feeling all the intestines, and because the intestines loop backwards and forwards around the abdominal cavity, we're not 100% sure where this piece of metal is lurking. So basically we're being systematic about it. Phoebe's starting at the top end, I'm starting at the bottom, and we're meeting at the middle to try and find this bit of metal.
But after half an hour of searching,
can't feel anything.
No luck. The small piece of metal can't be found.
What's amazing is I can't actually even feel it. I've never had a foreign body be so difficult to find. Jess, if you can do the honours for me, please.
X-rays.
Come on.
In Richmond, Scott and Phoebe are struggling to find a piece of wire that has lodged in 11-month-old Cocker Spaniel Chester's intestines.
In between those clamps on the right, that's what we want.
If it's not found, the wire could perforate the gut, which can be life-threatening.
To narrow down our search for this little bit of wire, we use the X-ray machine and also some clamps to try and find exactly in what part of the intestine this little bit of wire is lurking in.
Oh, is that it?
There it is.
Oh, wonderful.
All right, let's go get it.
Okay, okay.
We seem to have isolated the bit of wire within 2 clamps, so the amount of intestine we need to rummage through is only a few inches.
Never had a foreign body be so difficult to find. Normally you just feel something in the intestine, incise, pull it out. But this one, literally, we've taken about an hour just locating where it is. And now, once we've worked out the exact piece of gut that it's in, now I'm just rummaging around and hoping to find it. So far, no luck. So I just don't know what we're gonna find. How can it be so obvious there and so invisible here?
I don't know.
Oh, what's that?
There it is.
There we go. Ah, honestly, you're making me feel like I was going insane. It looks like a staple, but that's absolutely the cause of Chester's issues, because you can think, swallow that and then have that sharp thing passing all the way down your intestines. Oh, thank God, I'm so relieved. Honestly, I'm just so relieved.
Okay, let's flush him out and stitch him up.
Flush him out, sit, yeah, and then go and have a drink. Yeah?
Stiff drink.
Yep. So hopefully Chester will be much happier now that that staple is out. This dog will literally eat anything.
There we go, all finished.
Yeah. Is it a worry that I've used staples for this dog?
No eating them.
Yeah, that would be really bad. All right, let's wake this boy up, shall we?
It's been a very traumatic day for everyone involved. Gemma and Michael, of course, have been understandably worried, so I can't wait to get them downstairs, show them little Chester, and reassure them that he's going to be just fine.
Hiya, how you doing?
Hi.
Do you want to come down and see your boy?
Thank you.
Down. It's quite a long surgery.
I wasn't expecting him to have an operation, so it was a shock and very upsetting. So we're looking forward to being able to take him home.
Right, guys, come and see your boy.
Oh, God. Oh,
no.
Chester. Oh, my God.
That's your little man.
Mate. He's like, what have you done to me?
It's a little bit like what he's done to himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this time around, he's decided to eat a staple.
Oh, my God. It's out of your office.
That's at my office. He's got a bed underneath my desk where he sleeps.
Right.
So that's his comfort when he's when I'm working from home.
It really was a close call for Chester. He really has dodged a bullet, or a staple. Although he's still very floppy and very sleepy, he is alive, and I'm sure that he is going to recover beautifully overnight and be sent home with a clean bill of health tomorrow.
I'll look after your boy. Have a lovely night's sleep.
Much.
And sort out your office, would you mind?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Come on, baby. Let's go and see Michael. See what he says about your wonky legs.
Near Marlow, Kathy and daughter Maddie are on their way to see orthopaedic specialist Michael Hamilton with 9-year-old baby Chino.
Good morning, everybody. How do you do? I'll shake your hands as well. There we go. Hello, you. There you go, like the tongue. Very good. Right, so come on in, guys.
All right.
Let's have a little look.
I'm hoping that Michael will be able to advise us on the best way forward for baby Chino. The main thing that we want is to make sure that she's pain-free.
Right, guys, so I'm just going to have a little watch of baby Chino wandering about. So tell me why you guys are here.
Well, since she was about 1.5, her front paws have both started to twist out.
Yeah.
She had x-rays at that point, but it was felt that no orthopaedic input was needed.
Yeah.
And just in the last few months, I feel that They're twisting slightly more, and she doesn't seem as comfortable.
Yeah, she's certainly got bendy front legs, hasn't she?
She has.
Slightly kind of bowed back legs as well. A little bit more twisted on the right-hand side. It's quite hard to actually pick a lameness in here, though. You know, I'm just kind of seeing if there's anything glaringly obvious. I mean, that front right leg certainly looks like it's twisted up more so than the left.
Yeah.
Straight away, looking at baby Chino, she's an interesting looking dog. The tongue rolling out and the twisty legs at the front. But really to get a decent look at what's going on, we need to see a kind of second gear, so we need to take her outside. Right, let's have a look, That's interesting. So she's laying on the front left leg.
Yeah.
If you do that once more for us, that was perfect, just at the end there. Right. So the nod is the good leg on the front, when you're looking at a front leg lameness.
Okay.
So when you put down your sore leg, you throw your head back up in the air to take the weight off. And then when you put down the better leg, it looks like there's a nod. It's not necessarily a nod, it's just the weight coming back into a more normal position from an abnormal position on the sore leg. Seeing her outside at a faster speed, it's actually the left side, so looks to be quite deceiving. So yeah, it's the left leg, not the twisted right leg. So with the back legs, if you watch her very carefully, she's got quite a nice little action on the back legs, but she's kind of stamping down her left leg just a little bit because she'd rather spend a bit less time weight bearing on her back right leg. So she's slightly lame on her back right, looking at her from this way. And then when she's come back up the hill, she's actually lame on the front left. So front left and back right leg, we need to have a real good check over. So let's go back in because it's freezing cold.
Thank you. I hadn't actually noticed a problem with her front left leg. I thought it was more a problem on the right side. So it was quite a surprise when Michael told me it was mainly the left leg that is causing the issues. And hopefully that's all that he finds.
If they have a sore elbow, this is a little test that we do. She's not worried about that, though.
Good.
So that leg, twisted as it looks, is actually not that sore on clinical exam. Right, so I'm just going to turn around and do the same on the other side. So let's just check your wrist again, first of all.
Good.
Okay. Right, let's just check this elbow then. Right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, didn't like that, did you? Okay. I think if you could ask her how she feels, she'd probably say that her elbow is uncomfortable from time to time, but she probably wouldn't say that it's screamingly painful. Let's feel his back legs. So she's got very bowed back legs, hasn't she? You can see. She's a little bit more lame on the back right leg as well. If you just put a hand under her tummy there for me, Maddie, right at the back. That's her kneecap, which is a little bit on the loose side. Okay. She's stretched her cruciate ligament on there probably quite a long time ago because her shin bone is actually sitting a little bit further forwards than it should be. So I think what we do is we address what is by far and away the worst leg, which is the front left leg at the moment. And then we can kind of see the wood for the trees a little bit.
Yeah.
She might not need anything doing on the back legs. I mean, you know, it's a very individual set of circumstances, to be honest with you. So the plan is then, so she's got a sore elbow, and it's the kind of thing that we see very commonly in Labradors and Rottweilers and German Shepherd dogs. She's got pain just on the inside of her elbow. So what we'd like to do is see if we can get a camera inside that little tiny joint. It's part investigation to see what's going on, and then you can often do the treatment there and then at the same time, arthroscopically, keyhole surgery.
Okay.
I see dogs with limps, and the reason they've got a limp is because something hurts. Now, how painful it might be is, you know, it's a kind of a sliding scale, but a dog with a limp has got a sore leg, and it's my job to try and fix it.
Yeah, okay. I'm getting nervous now. Okay. It's difficult to say goodbye to baby Chino. I could see that she was getting quite anxious, getting a bit shaky.
Come and stay with us. Right then, I'll see you shortly, right?
Thank you. But I'm confident in leaving her here, though, with Michael. I know that he'll do a good job, take good care of her, and hopefully fix that leg.
Right then, baby Chino. You ready?
Scott. Yeah, come on then.
In Richmond, a couple of familiar faces are arriving at the practice. Owner Pam with her 2-year-old British Bulldog, Barkley.
Come on, come and say hello.
Hi, Pam. Hi, Barkley. Hello, boy.
Hi, darling. He's in for his facelift. I promise you're going to make him even more irresistible to girls than he is already.
Oh, really?
No pressure.
Yeah, I do. I love you.
Ever since he was a tiny, squidgy, gorgeous pup, Barkley has been coming to our practice. We absolutely love him.
Well, can I tear you away from the girls just for a second, mate? And we better go into the consult room and chat about his eyes, shall we?
Fantastic.
Come on, big boy. Leave Maz alone.
Hello, Maze. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, excuse me, everyone. I just need a moment. Oh, he is gorgeous.
Scott's been a huge fan ever since a much smaller Barkley came in for his very first vaccinations.
You have got an incredible face, haven't you? It can't be said that you're someone that you'd forget easily. Okay?
So, yeah, my face does get remarked on a lot, doesn't it, Barkley?
Very characterful.
Barkley is now fully grown, and the trademark rolls of skin around his face are causing serious problems.
The big issue, of course, with a lot of British Bulldogs is these facial folds.
Yeah.
Now, I know you put a lot of work in to keep these clean, don't you?
It is, daily, literally. And it's cleaning and wet wipes and Sudocrem, you know, so it doesn't get sore or infected.
All these skin folds,
Yeah.
they're actually leading to this in-rolling of his eyelids and causing him some irritation.
Yeah.
Roll. Normal. Barkley is suffering with a condition known as entropion or in-rolling eyelids. So he actually has his eyelashes rubbing against his eyes 24/7. It's really irritating. We've tried lots of different ways to try and manage it, but unfortunately now he's fully grown and mature. The eyelids are like that and like that to stay. And then also what he's got, which is quite abnormal, is the development of what's called ectopic cilia. So eyelashes that even shouldn't be there. And it's just so irritating. When you get one eyelash in your eye, you know how irritating that is. And he lives 24/7 with that rubbing. So that's just not pleasant, isn't buddy? No, we need to make you comfortable, don't we? So what we'll have to do is two things. The facelift, which is taking sections of skin away from those eyelids and basically kind of rolling them back out and lifting the lids up and down and rolling the natural eyelashes out. But at the same time, we're going to have to freeze the extra ones that are just living along the lids, which are growing sort of in a curve into the eye and really irritating. So it's sort of a 2-for-1.
You're getting a faux treatment, aren't you? Yeah. Well, his beautiful looking face kind of...
Stay the same.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could chop a yard of skin off this guy and he'd still have too much. But no, he will look exactly the same as he does now, but just with non-irritating eyes.
Yes.
We want to make you comfortable.
That's what we want, isn't it?
All right, mate. You've got to come with me now, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got to say goodbye to your mummy, who I know you love because you're a mummy's boy. Yes,
you are, aren't you? Yeah.
And then Uncle Scott's got to sort you out.
And I'll see you a bit later, yeah?
Barkley definitely thinks he's in safe hands with Scott. He hardly wanted to give me a backward look. He's off down with his chum downstairs now, so he'll be fine. Probably thinks he's off out the back to the pub afterwards, but it's okay.
Okay, mate. Ready?
Scott will be assisted by nurses Jess and Nathan for the procedures.
That'd be so irritating, these hairs. Oh. Can you see that there, Nathan?
I can't imagine what it'd be like to have hairs rubbing up and down your eye all the time.
I know, just, so excruciating. The technique I'm going to use today to remove the ectopic cilia is something called cryosurgery. It's using a very cold pen, so it's basically freezing the hair follicles, the roots, and it's a process of freeze and thaw. So we freeze for a few seconds, allow it to thaw, and then freeze again. Do that 3 times, and usually after that period, the follicle is dead.
So that's it. You know when you've killed them off nicely, when they just fall out. Okay. That's his individual hairs. Well, that's his left side all done. And we'll move on to his right. Irritating little suckers, aren't they? Just, you see, so actually not just where they shouldn't be, but actually curling right in just to make themselves as irritating as possible.
So that's a good result for Barkley there. So now we're going to move to the bottom eyelids, all right? So let's just give him a bit of a clip. Shows how challenging this is going to be, because as soon as you pull that, the eye goes down, and there's so many forces being applied to these various skin folds, so it's going to make this job quite challenging. It's going to be more difficult than I thought.
In Richmond, Scott has successfully removed the excess eyelashes which had been causing Bulldog Barkley's constant eye irritation.
Way more difficult than I thought.
He's now going to take off some of the skin that's forcing the big dog's eyelids to roll in.
This surgery is more fiddly than risky, really. There are some very important nerves that run around the face, and we have to be very careful of those. And also it's quite well vascularized, so there's a lot of blood supply, so it can bleed a lot. But the real difficulty here is just how much extra skin he's got. How's it going, Jess? Is he all okay?
Yeah, he's doing really well.
One lump coming through.
Yeah. Okay, so are you guys happy?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is just about making sure that you remove just the right amount of skin to cause the eyelids to roll out, and you've taken into account all the other skin, because it might just be where you remove some, more skin moves into its place. So just taking a sort of smile-shaped bit of skin out from under Barkley's eyes, so hopefully it'll improve the tension, and soon when I put the stitches in, it will roll out like that. I'm happy with that. What do you think, Nath?
Yeah, looks good. The second instant fix, isn't it?
Yeah, that eyelid is where it should be. So that's his right eye done, so we'll just move over to the left eye.
So this is the one that's the worst out of the two, is it?
Yeah, it's rolling in quite a lot, so it's quite tricky because it's right in the corner of the eye, so right deep into that facial fold, so it's quite a challenge. Taken a good amount and then trimmed a little bit more and more just to get the right amount of tension, because what you don't want is to outroll the eye too much, because that also leads to ectropion, which is basically like you've got saucers of eyes ready to catch bacteria in the environment. So I just need to get it just right. All right, that is that.
You pleased with that?
Yeah, I think so. I always like to see them woken up just to see how it looks once their muscles kind of take hold again. Okay, let's wake this boy up. Come on then, here we go.
Barkley will sleep off the anaesthetic before hopefully going home with his owners this afternoon.
Hello, mate. Look at that, I can see your eyelids. That's good. Yeah. Might not think it now, but you're going to feel so much more comfortable in a few days. Yes, you are. You have a snooze and a bit of a snore. I'll call you mummy.
So they're a little bit anxious because they've just been in the car, but they're very well behaved. They don't bite or anything like that. So
okay.
I'm sure there's going to be...
It's always a bonus.
Upstairs, vet Phoebe has brought in her pet rabbits for an important round of vaccinations.
Right, come on then, out you come.
And helping her is Nurse Sam.
So this is Millie and Lily. They're both boys. When I found out they weren't girls, I was going to try and rename them Philly and Billy, but it didn't really stick, so we've just gone with Millie and Lily, unfortunately. It's so important that if you are considering getting rabbits, that you get two. They groom each other, they eat together, they lie down together, and a human to animal bond can't really replace that. They really need their own species, and one of the biggest welfare problems in rabbits is loneliness. Let's have a little listen to your chest, Millie. You can probably feel her heart going just as much as me. But it all sounds fine.
So all good for your vaccination?
Like all pets, Phoebe's rabbits need an annual vaccination
Okay, so it just goes under the skin.
because of the rise of a little-known but deadly disease.
There we go. All done. I'll get Lily out. Rabbits need yearly vaccinations just like dogs and cats. Heart sounds fine. There are two main diseases that we vaccinate against in rabbits, myxomatosis, which most people have heard of, and then another lesser-known one called rabbit viral hemorrhagic disease. But now there's a new strain of rabbit hemorrhagic disease called RHD2. Most of the time it will present as sudden death, so it's probably a lot more common than people think. There we go. All done. Didn't even notice. You're a very good girl. I mean, boy.
There are 1.5 million pet rabbits in the UK, and 50% of them are thought to be not properly vaccinated.
I need to vaccinate and I need to encourage others to vaccinate as well. I'll give her a proper mohawk with a 50s quiff. It's a good look. I don't think she's impressed.
Hello, mate. Ah, look, much more back to your normal self, aren't you? There he is. Just give a little groom before you go home. Hey, come on then.
Cocker Spaniel Chester has recovered from his big surgery to remove a staple from his intestine. And now he's almost ready to go home.
Hey, let's go see Auntie Reagan, shall we? There she is.
Hi. Oh, Chester. Hello. The most beautiful eyelashes I think I've ever seen.
I know. Let's just check you over real quickly, champ. Hey. Yeah, so his colour's so much better. Got nice moist gums again. That's good. Let's have a little look at your tummy. Let's just put your dressing on. Good boy. All right, so we'll give you a little brush.
Yeah.
After some pampering from Nurse Reagan,
But his mum and dad can't wait to get him home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chester has the all clear to go home with his owner Michael, who has been waiting upstairs.
Hey, so no, I want to be groomed a bit more. Come on,
Quite
mate.
chilled out here.
Yeah. Let's pop his lead on.
You gonna go upstairs?
Here we go. Look, and your own butler service. Here we go.
See you, Chester.
Say bye. Say bye, Reagan. He's up here for you. Hey, who's that? Who's in there? Who's that? Chesty boy. So hopefully, if he decides that he's going to eat normal things in future, then we won't have this happen again.
Yes.
Fingers crossed, eh?
Fingers crossed.
Chester was really lucky this time, and although it was a very close call, he's pulled through just fine. And hopefully, when he comes back, it'll just be for a cuddle, but I will have to hide the stationery.
Brilliant.
One last question for you, though. Do you want to keep it?
No.
No? No? Don't want to make it to jewellery or anything?
I'll take it. I'll let you make that decision.
No worries. All right then, my boy. You've been such a good little patient. Yes, you have. You're a good boy.
Anyway, well, thanks a lot.
You're very welcome.
Lovely, thank you.
All right,
See you soon.
Come in, Chester.
Bye, mate.
Ooh, speedy exit to the door. See you, buddy.
No more staples for you.
Okay, baby Chino. Count backwards from 10.
At his practice near Marlow, orthopaedic specialist Michael Hamilton is about to start surgery on little Pugalier baby Chino.
Fair enough. I'll just give her a little minute. Baby Chino's been lame on this leg for several months. She's not getting any better, so we're going to put a camera inside the elbow and have a look around.
The procedure, known as an arthroscopy, is used to assess the health of the joint and look for any fragmentation of the bone which could be causing pain.
Baby Chino is certainly one of the smallest, if not the smallest dog that we've scoped before. So it's a really, really tight fit, and at 5 kilos, I mean, we're kind of pushing it a little bit to try and get in there and do the procedure effectively.
Assisting Michael with the surgery are nurses Megan and Louise.
So the first part is, so I've just popped a needle in his joint, and we're going to inject fluid into his joint, which distends the joint then. So hopefully I can then get this trocar in without damaging anything. So, okay, right, lights off. So we've successfully managed to get into the joint here. So it's a very, very tight fit. We're just gonna have a look around now, looking for any obvious cracks in the bone or cartilage erosion. So what we're going to do next is to make a little window into the joint. So there's our scalpel blade popping into the joint. And then through that little hole that I've just made, I'm now going to pop this little blunt probe. Just here along this border, we're just gently feeling with this little probe. And what we're doing now, we're just looking in the specific region where I would expect to see little cracks, if there are any. There's a little something not quite right just in this little spot just here.
Michael has spotted some cracked bone, which may be the source of baby Chino's pain.
So we're just going to gently knock along here and remove this little corner of bone. So let's get ourselves all lined up. Okay, go for it, Megan. That's it. That's it. Slow down. That's it. Keep going. Yeah. Harder, harder, harder. Yeah, yeah. Up, up.
Okay, one more little tap. Right then.
He now needs to remove the loose fragments of bone,
which look like icebergs on there. However, it's tiny. Just trying to get a hold of it. It's coming out piecemeal, which is always a little bit frustrating. Very, very soft. But this is exactly where the pain was. So I think that tiny little divot that we could see, that tiny little crack, was the source of the problem.
But there's a second stage to the operation.
Based on the location of where that little fragment was, is I'm actually going to cut a portion of the biceps tendon, which is responsible for this movement here, which is what squeezes the bones together, which is certainly in part implicated in this kind of problem. So we're just going to get this in the joint if we can. We're going well so far. On such a small leg, and we're just going to cut down through that tendon. Cutting that little tendon hopefully will decrease the force and improve the pain levels. Just stitch in here and then we are good. Not as obvious as I was expecting, but we'll wait and see if that improves things. So let's wake up then. Hopefully, having done these procedures, the lameness will hopefully markedly improve and hopefully resolve altogether. Right then, baby Chino, there you go, you can wake up in this nice comfy bed. But in some cases it doesn't though, and we just got to prepare ourselves for that. There we go. But it went well. I'm pleased we actually managed to do the surgery arthroscopically, because it is quite a challenge in these tiny little dogs. Right, I'll see you shortly. Night, night. Okay, baby Chino, let's go. Now then, should we maybe get you to walk in to see your mum?
It's the morning after baby Chino's elbow operation, and the Pugalier can't wait to go home.
Hey, baby Chino. Hello. Good girl.
Pleased to see you.
Waiting patiently is baby Chino's worried owner, Kathy.
So all went well. We found what I thought we'd find. We found a little kind of crack.
Yeah.
So we've removed the little corner of bone and we've cut the little tendon, as I thought we might. We did it all arthroscopically, which is quite good going, I think, for a 5-kilo dog. So so far so good. She's actually walking quite well. So hopefully she gets better.
With the painful front leg now treated, Michael expects that the stretched cruciate ligament on the back leg will have a good chance of healing without surgery.
We just got to wait and see. Sometimes it's a slow recovery, sometimes it's up and down. They're all different. So what I would say is if she's kind of better than pre-op by 2 or 3 weeks, that's a really good sign. There we are. Right then, you off you go and recuperate, and we'll see you in 6 weeks. Okay. Well, all the very best. You take care. All right. My pleasure.
See you then.
See you, baby Chino. Bye-bye now.
Come on then.
Yes. 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 That's good, isn't it? Hey? Look at that.
Back in Richmond, a much brighter-eyed Barkley is also ready to go home.
His eyes are going to feel so much better, aren't they? Yes, they are. Yes.
Owners Pam and Darren have arrived and are curious about how their big boy will look after surgery.
The longer we've had him, he's become more and more part of the family. So just can't imagine life without him at all now. So I can't wait to see him.
Good boy. Good boy. Hey, look, go and see. Who's that? Oh, that's okay.
Look at your handsome face. Look at that.
Yeah, you happy?
Oh, wow. Yes, thank you, Scott.
Oh, you're welcome.
Never doubted you for a minute. Yeah.
So you can just see his eyes are just a little bit more open now, you know? You can just see that eyelid's rolled out, and also we removed those nasty, very irritating hairs on the top of his eyelid. So we sort of, the top have been done, the bottom have been done, and hopefully he looks the way he always did, just without the irritation.
Oh. So how long is it before he can go back to like his dog training and things like that?
Well, the stitches will come out in 10 days, and the swelling also will reduce as well. So what you see now won't be the finished product. I actually think it'll look better and better.
Yeah.
And I'd say 10 days and he'll be pretty much
back to normal. He needs to have one of the cones of shame, unfortunately.
That's all right. I can do that.
Which he'll need
but
to wear.
Not showing off his plastic surgery to the other dogs until 10
so
days.
yeah. Well, he doesn't want to be cocky, does he?
No, this is it. So you'll have them all lining up, coming in for the procedure, won't you? I can see his beautiful brown eyes even more clearer now. It's just amazing. And the rest of his face is still Barkley. It's still, you can just see the discomfort kind of almost has just melted away.
But to complete Barkley's makeover, Scott has some homework for Pam and Darren.
What I would like to see, now that I've done my work, is that maybe we just have a little bit less Barkley than we do now. I think he's a bit too cuddly. You know? So just a little bit less Barkley, I think, is the optimal Barkley.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Barkley. He's such an incredible character, but at the moment, he is carrying a little bit of extra weight, and I know that Pam and Darren are such dedicated owners, and they're going to want the best for him. Being a British Bulldog, the leaner and the meaner, the better for him and his future health. So it's all for the right reasons, to make our boys comfortable as possible.
You've got that massive character, haven't you?
Keep the character, lose some pounds, and then I'll be happy. All right, mate, it's time for you to go home, Great to see you guys as always.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for doing such a great job.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. That's it. Using that leg.
6 weeks after her elbow procedure, baby Chino's rehabilitation is going well.
Should we do one leg?
And Scott is calling in today to check on her progress.
Well done. A couple of times a day I have to do physiotherapy with baby Chino. Stand on this one. That's it. Oh, you're so good. Getting strong, aren't you? She seems more comfortable now on the left leg, a bit more confident to use it. So yeah, it's hard work for us all, but well worth it. Good girl.
Kathy, this is looking very promising. Hello, gorgeous. How's she been going since the procedure with Michael?
Yeah, she's been doing really well. It's a bit slow the first few weeks, but I think she's starting to prove this week. She's got a lot more energy and yeah, she seems to be doing really well, which is great.
The last time I saw baby Chino, she had a number of sore limbs and she was starting to struggle. But after going to Michael and having a procedure to clear out one of her elbows, it does seem that 5 weeks later, she's moving much more comfortably and she seems a much happier self again.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
What you do with your legs.
Nice, equally weighted, but moving her backwards and forwards sort of forces her to put weight on each leg, which is great.
That's right, yeah. And we make it a bit more tricky, don't we? Let's pick up this ball.
Oh, wow, now you're just showing off.
What I can see is that baby Chino is enjoying the session.
She's putting in the hard yards, and so are you, and getting a good result.
Yeah.
You know, because the fact of the matter is that your dog is not put together in the most perfect fashion. It's almost as if you were designed by God going through a Picasso phase, you know, just a little on the abstract side.
Yeah.
But
good analogy.
Yeah, but I think that, you know, she is responding well, she's smart, and, you know, I think the two of you together are gonna get her through.
Yeah. Shall we rename you Picasso? Yeah, that's a good name. Yeah, Picasso.
Scott also wants to see how Barkley is recovering from his surgery to ease irritation to his eyes.
Yeah, you can't retain. Since Barkley had his surgery, his eyes look bigger, brighter. I think the bigger eyes allow for a bit more mischievousness in Barkley. We're good with that, yeah.
Hello, guys.
Hi, Scott. How you doing?
Hello. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Hello, my boy. Hello, my boy. How are you?
His eyes, open-eyed he is.
Hello, my boy.
Well, I mean, certainly what I'm looking at looks pretty good. His eyes look clear and comfortable, would you say?
Exactly, brilliant.
Looking at Barkley's eyes, I'm really happy with what I'm seeing. His eyes look a little bit bigger. The lower eyelids are rolled out. The whites of the eye are white, they're not red anymore, and he's not scratching or bothered at it. So actually really happy with the result from the surgery.
Can't believe he's still got the same Barkley face as well. You know, all that surgery you had to do. So it's a fantastic job, really fantastic.
Yes. Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than happy.
Well, it is true to say the proof is definitely in the pudding, although I would like to see a little bit less pudding.
Yeah.
So here's to Barkley feeling much more comfortable and rediscovering his waistline.
Yeah. No, you'll see that. I'm going to put him on the couch to 5K.
Couch to 5K. Did you hear that, mate? Just take it slowly.
Yeah, slowly. Start
Cheers, Barkley.
Couch to 500 metres, maybe.
Good on you, mate.
A pint-sized patient has arrived at Scott's Isleworth practice. Guinea pig Oreo, along with his owner Joanna and her dad Jeremy.
He fell off my knee, but I was only kneeling down and we think he's damaged his leg.
We're feeling a bit apprehensive, aren't we? But we want to find out what's going on.
Good morning, Joanna. Hi, Jeremy. How are you?
Morning. Good, thank you.
Hi, Oreo. Hello. Such a beautiful boy, aren't you? I think he's the prettiest guinea pig in all of Isleworth. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's got a little brother at home as well, isn't he?
Yeah, Captain Scott.
Captain Scott. It's a pretty cool name. Yeah, you can't really beat that, can you? Come on then, little Oreo. Let's go and have a little chat about you, shall we? Come on in the consult room. That's it. Joanna's normally a very chatty child, but she seems very quiet, very subdued. She's worried about her guinea pig. So did he make any noise when he slipped off your lap?
Yeah, kind of like a really high-pitched squeak.
Okay. Oh, that doesn't sound very good, does it? Okay, well, let's have a little look, shall we? So I'm just going to have a little feel of his back area there. Good boy. So far, so good. Not making any noise there. Hey, lad. Hey, good boy. Oh, wow. He's really passing quite a lot of poo, isn't he? Does he do this a lot at home as well?
Not this shape.
Wow. He's really going for it, isn't he? It's like raining guinea pig poo at the moment. Well, better out than in. Hey. Oh dear. So a guinea pig's leg shouldn't be able to do that. The fact that it can come out on the side like that. So I think there's something quite seriously wrong with that leg there, unfortunately. It happens all the time. So no one should feel bad. They're not like a cat that can spin around and fall beautifully on their legs. They just take the full impact on their legs. And unfortunately, I think that something has gone quite badly wrong in that leg, which is why he's cried out in pain. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take him downstairs. We're going to perform an X-ray. Okay. And that'll just allow us to understand exactly what's going on with that back leg.
Great. All right. Well, I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Poor boy. You're going to say bye to Mummy? Yeah?
Pix, come on, there's a good girlie. Is this all different, Pix?
In West Sussex, rescue dog Pixie is enjoying a walk with her new family before heading in to see Scott.
Right, almost at the top. Keep going.
The little pup belongs to expectant mum Katie, but it was her mum Daphne who first discovered the tough little street dog during a holiday in Italy. Daphne witnessed Pixie caught in the middle of a horrifying dog attack.
She was literally covered in blood. It was all over her face and coming out of her nose, out of her mouth, and she was just screaming, really screaming. Good girl. I was nursing for 37, 40 years, but that was one of the most awful things I think I've ever seen, really. It was... I can't describe how bad it was. It was just terrible. The eye was bulging right out of its socket, the whole eye.
The badly injured pup was immediately taken to the local vets, where she underwent life-saving emergency surgery.
Pixie wants her tummy rub.
I know, look.
She loves her tummy rub, doesn't she? Yeah, she
loves tummy
rub.
Daphne relayed details of the shocking attack to her daughter Katie back in the UK. And when Katie saw the pictures of Pixie, her mind was made up to adopt the brave little dog.
Me and my son were looking in my emails and we both fell in love with her. And we thought, if she survived this long, she's definitely worth the fight. And we'll try and get her over here.
You're such a good girl, you are.
The family then had to raise enough funds to bring Pixie back to the UK.
The moment that she was in my arms, it was just sheer relief. She put her paws onto my shoulders and she just snuggled into my neck. I was in tears because I didn't think she was coming, and she curled up and went to sleep.
She's a lovely little dog.
But Pixie still has a tough battle ahead. The dog attack has left her with serious ongoing issues.
Both of the eyes are weeping.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
We know one eye she definitely can't see out of, and we need Scott to see how much she can see out of the other eye as well. And the other problem we have is if she's in a new place, until she knows where she's going, she walks in circles and she bumps into things. When she gets discombobulated, that's what she does. Come on, Pix.
Katie is hoping Scott will be able to help her brave little rescue dog.
Although she's only been with us 5 weeks, she is a massive member of our family. Her personality shines through, and it's making sure that she is happy and healthy. Come on, good girl. And having seen Scott and the work he does, it's in his hands now. Pixie,
Come on, come on.
Back at the Isleworth practice,
Hey, Gina.
Scott and
Little
vet nurse
Oreo
Gina
here.
are about to x-ray guinea pig Oreo's broken leg.
What happened to you?
Problem that happens up and down the UK on a regular basis, that these little animals get hugged within an inch of their life by their usually young owners. And sadly, this guy decided to leap off little Joanna's lap and has definitely injured this back leg. So you can see that's far from normal.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. We can fix it, can't we? Can't you?
I think so. I think we can give it a good go, definitely. All right, let's go through to X-ray. All right, so let's put our little man on the table.
An old glove box is used to hold the little pet still enough for the x-ray.
Good boy.
He looks quite comfy there.
Yeah. X-ray. Oh,
Ouch.
it is very significantly broken leg. That looks like it would have hurt a lot, but he has fractured his femur. It's a break right through the middle of the thigh bone there. So we're going to need to perform surgery on this boy and try and fix his broken leg. You've been incredibly brave, haven't you? Hey, poor lad. Looking at this X-ray, it's very clear that Oreo has likely been in quite a significant amount of pain. Breaks right there. Oreo is safely under anaesthetic. He seems to be responding well. I can hear his lovely heartbeat in the background, which is making me feel happy. So now it's just about getting on with the job at hand.
Scott is going to need another set of hands during the delicate surgery, so vet Phoebe is called in to assist.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Phoebes.
Is this our little guinea pig?
Yes, little broken guinea pigs. I'm just trying to find the ends of the bone at the moment.
Wow, that's not just a minor break, is it?
No, it's pretty significant, isn't it? So the problem is that with the fracture occurring, the muscles have contracted. So you've got real tightening, so you've got an overlap of these bones. So what I need to do is just gently encourage them to stretch again. Okay, this is going to be tricky. Okay, so can you see there's the other piece of bone there, okay? So what I need you to do is to hold that in place like that. So now it's a case of what we need to do, so just with that hand, let's just try and stretch the leg just to get those two pieces back into alignment.
Looks like you're getting somewhere.
It is quite tricky to try and complete a surgery like this on Oreo because his bones are really tiny and you can't see the intricate details quite as well as a larger animal. Yeah, it's actually a crack.
Oh no, that's not good.
There's a crack going right up, like really far up into the femur. I don't know.
Scott has now discovered a nasty crack in the bone, and that means it's far too fragile to be pinned.
Sometimes you can see cracks on x-rays and sometimes you can't. And in this case, it's a very small animal, so this line is going to be just microscopic. So there's a fragment of bone there. And that is full-on shattered, unfortunately. Now that's out, there's actually a crack going right up to the knee joint. It's just not going to come together. Full-on shattered, unfortunately. There's actually a crack going right up to the knee joint. It's just not going to come together.
At his Isleworth practice, Scott has discovered the break in guinea pig Oreo's leg is far worse than first thought.
I'll just try and put a wire around it first and just see if I can give it some stability, but I'm not holding out much hope for this.
If the nasty break can't be fixed, then the only option is amputation.
That bit of tissue I need to get out of the way, so can you just try and just here. And it's just collapsed, you know, it's just not gonna work. I mean, that's just flapping in the breeze there. There's a huge amount of instability in that part of the thigh bone, and unfortunately I'm just not going to be able to pin it back together because it's just splaying apart. Like someone's got an axe and cut it in two long ways. Unfortunately, it does mean we're gonna have to amputate little Oreo's leg. Which is very gutting, isn't it? Most animals do pretty well on 3 legs. Oreo doesn't have to escape from predators. He can just sit in a little girl's bedroom and be loved.
Oreo's owner, Joanna, and her dad, Jeremy, have been waiting by the phone for any news.
It's not such great news, I'm afraid. Oreo's leg is fractured, and the fracture has actually got a crack in it, which is going all the way down to the knee. So unfortunately, what we're going to have to do is to amputate his leg.
Well, that is, I guess, the best solution.
You know, I think that it's certainly something that we should, you know, give him the chance.
Yeah, okay, and it's just one of those things.
Okay, Jeremy, well, look, I'm going to crack on and finish this procedure, and then we'll wake your boy up. I'm sorry I've had to deliver that news to you.
All the best.
Okay, cheers. Bye-bye. It's tough to call an owner mid-surgery, but in this case, unfortunately, this is the only way to go. Obviously, I'm very disappointed to be Oreo's vet and not be able to get the perfect result, which is to send him home with all 4 legs intact. But guinea pigs are very resilient little creatures, and performing the amputation doesn't mean the end of his life. It literally means the start of a new one. He will have 3 legs, but he will be out of pain. Let's wake this boy up, shall we? He's off already. Good boy. Come then, let's go. Good boy.
Oreo will sleep off the anaesthetic before heading home later today.
There you go. Mummy will be back to pick you up very soon. Yes, she will.
Come on, Pixie. Get that eye sorted out.
In St Margaret's,
Good
Katie
girl.
and 9-month-old rescue dog Pixie have arrived to see Scott.
Hello, Katie. How are
Hiya,
you? I'm
nice to
Scott.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This must be Pixie. How are you? Oh, hello. Oh, that's
apologise.
Yes, quite over familiar straight off the bat, isn't it? Hello. Hello.
She does love her cuddles.
Oh, even with a vet. Ooh. I think I see what the problem might be. All right then, shall we come into the consult room? Hey, you're going to give me a cuddle? Hey?
She will,
Oh.
give you proper cuddles.
Little Pixie, the little scruffy fur ball. Straight away, she gives me a hug, which is just absolutely adorable. 2 fluffy paws right around my neck. Loved it. This eye, Katie, tell me all about it.
So she got attacked by 5 dogs when she was a very, very tiny puppy. And the actual eye ball came out of the socket. So it was put back in with help of my mum and the veterinary nurse, my mum.
So no, let's stop you there, Katie. Her eye popped out of her head.
Yeah.
So she got attacked by 5 dogs.
Yeah.
And then so I came
Right
popping
out,
out.
yeah.
And then your mum leapt to the rescue.
Grabbed her, put a towel over her face, and they then took her to the vets.
But you don't seem particularly traumatised by the whole thing, do you? It really makes me feel desperately sad to think that poor little Pixie at just 5 weeks of age, being set upon by 5 dogs and potentially suffering a lifelong injury. I believe she's a beautiful, special little creature that deserves a lot of love and a lot of treatment. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Let's have a little look underneath that unbelievable fringe you've got going on, haven't you? If you just hold around the shoulders for me, Katie, there. Let me have a look. I know your eyes had more attention than it ever needs, but oh my goodness.
Looking at Pixie's eye, you can see, unfortunately, that it is what we call an end-stage eye. It's very small, there's a cataract that's formed within it, so unfortunately, the left eye is completely blind. Good girl. Let me have a look at this one.
No, baby.
Okay, let's see. Good girl. Does it always flick like that?
Yeah. And when she goes into somewhere that she doesn't know, she does circles, she bumps into things, and the perception isn't great. So worried about the other eye as well.
Yeah, for good reason. That is relentless flicking. Looking into the right eye, I was quite hopeful that this would be a functional, happy, healthy eye that was completely normal. Unfortunately, it isn't. So I just wouldn't mind plunging us into darkness for a second. Can you just turn the light off? So let's see. Good girl. So the back of the eye, the retina looks absolutely normal. There doesn't seem to be any issue going on with the eye. The concern I have is now two things. First of all, that flicking, which is called nystagmus, which does tend to indicate some sort of neurological injury, but also her pupil is only barely responsive to light. It's really upsetting and shocking to see you've got a left eye that's non-functional, and I hope that that would be my focus, but instead, I'm more worried about the right eye. That's the only eye this poor little dog has left, the only eye that's functional, but unfortunately, it's not functioning very well. Can we just pop her on the ground and just have a look and see what she does? I just want to see how she behaves on the floor.
Come on, Pixie.
Oh, wow.
If she's in my flat, she's fine. She knows where things are. But if it's a new environment, that's when we have the problems.
Okay. That's not normal.
No.
It's really distressing to see the clinical symptoms that little Pixie's showing. She's a young dog. She's already been through a massive trauma with her eye, and now it seems she has this neurological issue. It's very sad. My advice here is that we send you to a specialist ophthalmologist who is a vet that knows lots about eyes, and they'll have a good look at Pixie and work out what, if anything, we can do, because it may well be that eventually you're looking after a blind dog.
Yeah.
A very beautiful blind dog, however.
It was very shocking. Wasn't expecting it, but she's a fighter. She's fought this hard for this long, so at least we can move forward in the right direction.
You know, as tragic as this is, the one benefit of youth is that she just goes, well, you know, I barely remember seeing, so actually I just get on with it. I love my new family, you know, and I'm going to make the best of it.
Good.
Pixie will be given medication to help with the nausea caused by all the circling, and Scott is going to arrange the specialist appointment.
She's beautiful.
Yes, you are.
In Richmond, 4-year-old French bulldog Winston is coming in with his owner, Cara.
Hi, Cara.
Hi.
Hi, Winston. Hello, champ.
Winston is a popular visitor to the clinic.
There he is.
Especially with receptionist Kirsty.
How's he doing? So he's got a bit of an embarrassing problem.
Oh
dear. You might want to have a look at. It's not very nice.
Oh, you're not looking very embarrassed, are you?
No.
Perfectly
Looking
fine.
gorgeous as always.
Yeah. All right, well, if you've got an embarrassing problem, we should probably go in private and talk about it, shouldn't we? Come on then. All right, you got him, Cara?
Yep.
That's it. Good boy.
He's kind of everything, really. He makes us laugh every day, and he's very popular, and he's very sociable and quite outgoing. And yeah, I love him to death.
So first things first, young man, embarrassing issue. I'm guessing it's the back end somewhere?
No, actually, if you get a bit closer to his face, I think you'll probably smell the problem.
Oof. Oh, my boy. Oof. Someone needs to brush his teeth. That is horrific. How long has that been going on for? Shocking breath.
It's been going on a few weeks now, and I've noticed some lumps in his mouth that's getting worse. So I just thought it'd be good to have a look at it.
Yeah, okay. Can I have a little look in your mouth, my boy? Whoa! Whoa! Oh my God, that is horrific, isn't it? Wow, it's like his whole mouth has been taken over by barnacles.
Yeah, because he's got the bulldog chops. Until we pulled them back and had a look, we just didn't realise.
And they're even on this side too. Look at that. Oh my God.
I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Body.
When the vet says, wow, it must be pretty bad.
So basically what this is it's the papillomavirus, so
Right.
the wart virus that people have.
Yep.
Dogs can get it as well. And generally, it's only 1 or 2. You know, you
Yeah.
might get maybe 5.
Yeah.
And after a few weeks, it generally regresses, they fall off and it goes away. How long has this been going on for? do you
About
think?
6 weeks.
And he's such a tough little dog, this guy, so he wouldn't give much away, but when you open his mouth, I mean, that is so unbelievable because one of those is actually just going right between his molars, which should just be so uncomfortable. It's not that unusual for young dogs to have warts develop, and they come and then they go. But this case is extreme and incredibly unique. For a dog to have that many warts present in his mouth, it's nothing I've seen in the last 20 years. We are going to have to perform a procedure on you, my friend, to try and debulk, try and remove some of them, and then use some medications to dampen down the continued regrowth of more.
Yeah.
I think the best thing for us to do is to have him in today,
Yep.
give him an anaesthetic,
Okay.
and then harvest, if you will, these barnacles out of his mouth
Yeah.
and start giving him the comfort that he deserves.
Yeah. No, that's great. Thank you very much.
All right, then. Well, do you want to say goodbye to Mummy? I probably wouldn't give her a kiss, though, because with that breath, she won't thank you for it.
See you later.
Okay, then, Carol. We'll give you a call once he's woken up.
Thanks very much.
All right.
Thanks, Scott.
See ya.
Cheers. Bye-bye. It's never nice. You never want your dogs to go under general anaesthetic, especially the bulldogs who can have problems with their breathing as it is. And I'm hoping that he's going to be all right. He's in good hands. And I'd be devastated if anything happened to him.
So now we're going to sort them out. Yes. Needs a special bit of equipment. Yes, we are. You ready for this?
Go on. Wow. Okay.
I've just never seen anything like it.
No, I mean, I've seen 1 or 2, yeah, but that's like a colony.
Nathan's an experienced nurse, has seen a lot, and together we've worked on many cases, but we're both quite shocked by how severe Winston's wart problem is. I am going to be removing these warts by using electrocautery, so basically a pen that cuts and then coagulates the blood at the same time. So hopefully going to be removing these warts like a hot knife through butter, but it's going to take a while.
As well as making Winston much more comfortable, the surgery will also help kickstart his immune system to fight off the wart virus.
It's actually horrible, isn't it? Gross. Poor boy. Just imagine like how many of those are in between the top and the bottom teeth. So every time he chewed, he would have been biting on his own face. What a brave soldier he's been.
The warts are coming away easily, but there are so many of them, it's going to be a slow process.
Slowly getting there, but it's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it.
In Richmond, Scott is treating a shocking infestation of warts inside French Bulldog Winston's mouth. While the condition is not life-threatening, it's likely at some stage Winston's immune system was weakened, allowing the warts to multiply at an alarming rate.
Let's just make sure we've completely cleared out this side. So can you put pressure on that? So you need to use your fingers to push it down halfway.
And Scott is shocked at how far the horrible growths have spread.
Some warts have gone so far down his throat, they're actually hanging into his airway. They're present in his soft palate, which is at the back of your mouth, and these warts are then going right into his larynx as a voice box. Nasty. Done. I'm really happy with that. It looks horrible now, but it will look a lot better soon. It's been a really long procedure, way longer than I thought because of just how many there were and how extensively they had spread. So he'll take a little while to recover, but actually I think he's going to feel a hell of a lot better than when he first went under. So it's a good result.
Winston will be started on medication to make sure the warts don't grow back.
I know. Oh, poor boy. Oh, no.
For now, it's time to sleep off the anaesthetic.
It's all right. I'll go and call your mummy. Good boy.
go in.
In Isleworth, owner Joanna and her dad Jeremy are back to pick up guinea pig Oreo.
Hi
Hey,
guys. How you doing? Hello, Joanna. You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Daddy's told you what's happened today, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you feeling about that?
Glad he's okay.
Yeah. Well, I think you're being very brave. So I just want to warn you, okay? Obviously, he's lost his leg. All right. What you got to remember is that animals aren't hypochondriacs, so he's not going to complain to you that he doesn't have a leg. He just wants lots of love and cuddles. All right. So here he is here. Where's Mummy? There he is. So let me show him to you. There you go.
What are those metal bits?
So they're called staples, and they're going to hold the skin together. And there's lots of stitches underneath to keep it all together. And in the meantime, he needs lots of love, and he will be able to move around. He just needs to get used to walking on 3 legs rather than on 4.
Yeah, I'm really excited to get him home and just cuddle him.
The staples come out in about 10 days. See, look, you can see him moving around there already. See, you're having a little run around. That's good. Oreo seems to be making a great recovery. He's already moving around the table, so he definitely seems to be back to his old tricks. All right then, Joanna, you give him a lovely cuddle. All right. There you go. All right, you look after your boy for me, and I'll see you very soon. All right?
What'd you say, Joanna?
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank
see
you.
you later.
Thank you,
all the
Scott.
best.
All the best.
No
Cheers.
worries. Bye, guys.
I think Joanna's been very brave and said, well, if he hasn't got it, then he can't feel the pain. And, and that makes sense. So, yeah, we're very pleased with the outcome. Let's go. You okay?
Over in Richmond, Winston's owner Cara has also arrived to take her French bulldog home.
I'm really looking forward to seeing him, actually. Hopefully he's not going to get too excited. I don't know how sleepy he's going to be, but it'll be lovely to see him, and he's normally super excited even when I've been away for 5 minutes, so I'm sure he thinks I've left him forever.
Hello!
Hi, buddy. Hi.
So what's the first thing you notice?
The smell's gone.
Exactly.
That's for sure, my
No
God.
smell. Woke up with lovely fresh breath, didn't you?
It'll be a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, let me pass him to you. Yeah. Let me show you some of my handiwork. So they were absolutely smothering the insides of his cheeks. They're under his tongue, they're on his hard palate, and then also on his soft palate. You can see the difference.
Oh my God,
Gone.
it looks so much better. Oh, good boy.
There you can see a little bit of healing to do, of course. It was a thoroughly disgusting process, but I'm really glad all those warts have gone, and he should make a full recovery and feel a lot more comfortable. Do you want to see them?
Definitely, I definitely want to see them.
They're totally disgusting.
Oh my God, looks like something from the bottom of the ocean.
It really does. So I was thinking
it's
that looks like
horrific.
barnacles, doesn't it?
And all that in his tiny little mouth.
Yeah.
Absolutely shocked by how many were in his mouth. We knew there was quite a lot, but I'm pleased they're now in a dish and not in his mouth anymore.
All right, buddy. You sleep it off, eh? Better out than in? Yeah. All right, good boy. All right, Cara, all the best.
Thanks ever so much.
See you
Scott.
later.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye, Kirsty.
Pick, come on. Hey, good girl. You're going to go with Scotty today.
In West Sussex, it's now the day of Pixie's eye specialist appointment.
Good girl.
But there's been a family emergency, with owner Katie going into labour.
You scallywag.
So her mum Daphne is looking after the little dog. And Scott has stepped in to handle the specialist visit.
I know that's the farm dogs, but you don't need to bark.
Hi there, you must be Daphne.
Hi, how
Hi,
are
I'm
you?
Scott. How are you?
Hello, good morning.
Hello, Pixie. Good to see you again, beautiful.
Oh,
How
gosh,
are
you do recognise him, yes.
Hello, baby girl. Speaking of babies, what a drama for you this morning.
know.
So Katie's in the hospital
She's
now.
in the hospital.
About to give birth at any minute.
It's been a few weeks since I've seen little Pixie, and actually she's looking a lot better. She seems very bright, very happy and enjoying life. And I feel the anti-nausea medication that I prescribed has had a real impact on improving her quality of life. But she still has some very concerning neurological symptoms. The spinning and also the eye flicking seems to have maybe even got a little worse. So I'm really looking forward to taking it to the specialist today and understanding a little bit more her problems.
Say bye to Grandma.
Bye-bye, darling.
All right, we'll see you later, Daphne.
See you
Take
later.
care. Bye.
So terrific help Scott taking Pixie for her appointment, and then hopefully we'll know what to do after that.
That's a good girl. Here we go. Here we are. Let's go and see the eye doctor. Come on.
Ophthalmologist Rob Lowe is handling the consultation.
Hi there, Rob.
Hi, Scott. Lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Hello. This
This
must be Pixie.
is your patient for the day. This is Pixie. She has quite a few fairly horrific injuries that she suffered in Italy, and unfortunately her sight is not great. So you're the man to see about that.
Well, hopefully so. Lovely. Right, if you'd like to come on through this way, we'll
Yes,
have a little
please.
look.
Great. Come on then.
Come
Let's
on then,
go.
Pixie. Good girl.
Good girl. I'm feeling a little bit of pressure right now because it is a first for me to be squiring a patient of mine through a specialist appointment, all the while the owner is trying to give birth in a hospital. So that's definitely a first for me. I just hope that I do a good job and that Pixie comes through it okay.
Let me have a little look at this eye. Well done. So just looking at hand movement towards the eye, as you appreciated, there's not much response to that hand movement, and yet she's quite capable of blinking when I touch the eyelids, which indicates that we've got a problem with the visual signal being sent up to the brain. So we're going to take a bright light and shine this into the eye now, and what we should see is a constriction of the pupil, and there should also be a blink response as well as the eye tries to protect itself from the external bright light. And we can see that there's no constriction of the pupil occurring, and there's no blink response, indicating we're lacking a dazzle response as well as a pupillary light reflex.
The tests done by Rob confirm Scott's suspicion that not only is Pixie blind in the damaged left eye, it appears she also has no vision in the right eye either.
Good girl.
Scott now wants to show Rob her strange circling behaviour.
It's a little like a whirling dervish. She just goes in circles, particularly when she's stressed.
So she's circulating round to the right the whole time. There's no signs of her actually being able to turn around to the left.
It would definitely suggest something more central. No, that's not just a simple eye problem.
No, there's something more going on.
Okay.
Having examined Pixie, we've found that she is unfortunately non-visual in her one remaining good eye, and we have certain signs such as the flicking of the eye from side to side and the circling, which suggests that this is a central nervous disease problem rather than a problem directly with the eye itself. Okay, little Pixie, you're going to come with me. We'll get you introduced to the anaesthetic team, get you anaesthetised and get your CT performed.
To work out what might be causing Pixie's behaviour, the little dog will now undergo a CT scan.
Great. All right. Bye, beautiful.
Yeah, well done.
All right. See you on
Okay,
the other
we'll see you in a
side.
little bit.
See you in a bit.
Thanks very much.
Taking a CT scan gives us a 3D image of the brain and the skull.
Good girl.
The biggest concern would be is if we were to find some sort of growth, and that would be absolutely devastating. So I don't know what we're hoping for, but we're definitely hoping not to see that.
Okay, let's just slide you back a little bit.
Assisting Rob with the CT scan is Nurse Emma.
Let's get you settled.
So under the CT scan, we're looking to see if there's any skull abnormalities and any asymmetry. We're also going to be using some contrast to highlight any vascular areas within the brain which may indicate that there's a growth or something like that within the brain itself. Okay, oxygen's on.
Okay.
Okay, we're connected up.
Sending through, okay?
Okay. I just hope that this isn't going to be an ongoing deteriorating problem for her, and that's my big concern at this stage.
We're looking nice and straight there. Sending through, okay?
Okay.
In Hampshire, Pixie's undergoing a CT scan to shed some light on the damage caused by the vicious dog attack, which has left her with failing eyesight and odd circling behaviour.
How are you getting on?
Yes, well, we've got some great images through. Really, now we just need to work out what's happened. So we've had a look at the skull, and if we do a cutaway of this 3D model here, as we look at this also in cross-section, we can see here that what should be a nice, bony, hard palate running in a straight line, pretty much back to this area and then forming the base of the skull. So lots of gaps within there, and it looks like it's been displaced up towards the brain as well. And then we've also got this advancement of bony-like material into the brain cavity itself. So there are a number of processes going on here which may well start to explain why we're seeing these neurological changes with Pixie.
So it seems like this dog has been bitten and that skull has been crushed.
Yeah, and that's what we're seeing. This is more of a crush injury rather than a straightforward fracture, and that's pushed bits of bone in where it shouldn't go, and that's what's probably causing these brain injuries.
Does it surprise you that she's still alive?
Not only is she alive, but she's a happy little dog.
Yeah.
And that's just testament to how well dogs cope with adversity like that. Her eyesight isn't going to get any worse because, unfortunately, there is no eyesight left anyway, so she's not going to miss that any further. And in fact, what will happen is over the next couple of months, she'll spend quite a lot of time adapting further to that loss of eyesight. And that's what Pixie has hopefully got to look forward to, is that adaptation and getting back to a semblance of her normal life.
Come on, sweetheart. Good girl. Let's see it. Oh, poor baby.
While Pixie's blindness and brain damage can't be reversed, Scott's optimistic that a care plan can be worked out with her family that will give her a good quality of life.
This little girl is such a fighter. She's woken up quickly from anaesthetic. She's no worse for wear, and considering the extent of her injuries and just how catastrophic those changes are, what a plucky, strong little girl. So proud of her. So brave. Good girl. You have a little rest, eh?
Two hours later, Pixie has slept off the anaesthetic, and Scott is returning her to Daphne.
He's a good boy. Who's this coming?
Hi, Daphne.
Hi.
Look who I've got.
Oh, Piggy. Picky Wicky.
Here she is.
Here she is as a little girl. Hello. There you go, Toby. I told you she'd be back soon.
She's been such a good girl today.
She
She's
is a
really
good girl.
done you proud.
She's
Yeah.
a very sweet little dog.
She's not only very sweet, but incredibly brave.
Yeah.
Certainly the images that I saw today were horrific. The trauma that she sustained from that bite really was beyond unimaginable.
Really?
Yeah. But there is some good news, because the fact is, you just wouldn't believe that's the same dog that has suffered this terrible trauma. She was lucky enough that this happened early in life,
Yes.
and she has developed through it.
Yeah.
She's never known a life any different from what
Yeah.
she's living right now. The only issue that I have that we need to address with regards to your family is this. You feel that she gets worse when she's in a new environment, in a new situation.
Yeah.
I actually believe that it's anything that stresses her,
Yeah.
anything that's different, change, all those things lead to that
spinning.
repetitive
Yeah.
spinning, which
Yeah.
is not in her best interest.
No.
On the drive back from the ophthalmologist to Daphne's house, I was deep in thought. I just was really trying to work out what's the best thing for Pixie, and coming back and being in this beautiful warm room and seeing the lovely Daphne snuggled up with little Toby, I knew what the answer was. Katie loves this dog, and I know that. But she's just about to have a new baby.
I know.
She already has children.
Yep.
And ultimately, where is the best place for this little dog? Is it with Katie and her growing family? Or is it with Grandma, who is quiet and comfortable with a loving dog beside her, sitting beside a beautiful roaring fire? Daphne is an ex-ward sister, so she's very adept at looking after patients with complicated issues. And so I couldn't think of a more perfect owner for Pixie than that. She lives in a lovely environment. So really, to have someone one-on-one focus on Pixie's best interests, I think is the perfect world for her.
She needs Toby as well for stability.
She's following Toby because she can smell Toby.
She smells Toby.
And to have a canine companion that can help her navigate this world, now we know that her vision is gone, is so important.
Yeah, I know.
And to have small children and babies and the noise and everything that comes with that, I just don't think it's the right thing for Pixie. And I think, despite how heartbreaking that might be for Katie, I actually think she wants what's best for this little dog. And I feel the best thing for Pixie is being with Grandma.
Yeah. She's going to have the best life she possibly can. We're going to take her out, show her the countryside. Oh, yeah, she's going to have a good life. Who's this baby? Who's that?
Here we go.
5 weeks after his operation, Guinea pig Oreo is back with Joanna and Mum Rachel for a checkup.
Hi, Rachel. Hi, Joanne. How are you?
We've brought you Oreo back for his checkup. He's doing really well.
Yeah?
But it'd be good to know what you think.
Hello there. Now, this is the first time that I've met Captain Scott. He's quite considerably larger than his brother, isn't he?
He is. They started off the same, so
Nice.
it's hard to believe, really. But yes, he's thrived on us trying to get Oreo stronger.
Let's have a look. Hello, little man. How are you? It's amazing with the fur growing back. You really just can't tell that he's an animal with 3 legs.
No, and especially when he moves around, he's really good. You know, you wouldn't think he's being held back by the fact he's got 3 legs.
He's doing great. He seems very bright. So I think as far as, amputated stumps go, it looks pretty good. Joanna, are you happy? Yeah.
Joanna's delighted with how well Oreo's doing. I think it's better than we could have all expected. And all her friends love to come round and to see him running around and doing really well and giving him treats. So I think it's been lovely.
And is he getting around okay? Is he walking around and chasing his brother?
I think it's the other way around. His brother's chasing him.
Oh, is that right?
He can put on a real spurt of speed.
Can he?
Yes, he can.
I'm very intrigued to find out because I'm very happy with the way he's gone. And my little namesake there, yes, he's a little podgy, so he could do with some exercise.
Yes, he definitely could.
So we've actually got this guinea pig exercise track. So we thought that we'd put these guys to the test and just show that just because you've got 3 legs, you can still beat your podgy brother in a race.
Come on, Oreo. Let's see what you can do. I think it'll be really interesting because on a good day, Oreo could take captain, I think. So it'll be really good to see if he can perform today for us.
All right, well, should we put them in their little avenues?
All right.
Okay.
Come on, Captain.
Okay. How do you get them moving normally at home? How do you get them excited?
Oh, Captain, you know it, don't you?
A little bit of rustling, getting them excited. Okay, well, you keep rustling. Come on, Oreo. Get on your marks. Get set. Go. Come on, Oreo. Come on, Oreo. Look. Look.
You're a bit nervous, aren't you? What's happening?
Come on. This way. Come on. You're showing me up. Putting Captain Scott and Oreo in the guinea pig run and then releasing the beasts, they seem disinterested totally. They're barely moving, but I think it's just because they're a little bit nervous. Maybe they have a little bit of stage fright, but either way, I can see them moving a little bit, and certainly Oreo is doing really well. What's that? Oh, we're teasing him up the avenue. No cheating. Come on, good boy. Let's see you moving. Good boy. That's it. Keep coming, keep coming. I don't feel that guinea pig racing will be a spectator sport somehow.
It's a little,
a little dull.
passive.
Yeah. The fact that he's moving, really well, he seems very comfortable, seems very happy, he's eating well, so I'm a happy vet.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, your rotund brother is beating you. Come on, come on.
We've definitely got a winner.
Yay!
Oh, Oreo gets it.
Yay! My vet clinic, my rules.
Yeah.
Okay.
Piggy.
6 weeks later, and there's good news all round from Pixie's family.
Hannah, Pixie likes flowers.
Does she?
Katie delivered a healthy boy named Harry, and her little rescue dog Pixie is now enjoying a much quieter life with Katie's mum, Daphne.
Piggy, come. Piggy, come. Good girl. Pixie's doing really well now. She's not spinning as badly as she was. She's putting on weight. She's developing into a lovely little dog, which is wonderful.
It's also Pixie's first birthday,
Well,
and
this is a
Scott has stopped by
family
to help
setting,
celebrate.
isn't it?
Hello.
Oh, hello, guys. Hello,
How are you?
Katie.
How are you?
Good. Mwah. Congratulations. Here's this little man.
This is Harry.
Hello, Harry. Aren't you gorgeous? Hi, kids. Hello, Daffers. How are you,
Hello.
darling?
I'm fine,
You
thank
all right?
you. Yeah.
Mwah. Good to see
And
you.
you.
Hello, baby.
You got-
Hello. Toby. Hello, mates. Thank you very much. And the birthday girl. Hi. Hi, 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 hi. Today is an unbelievably special day because this gorgeous little dog who's had such a harrowing existence so far has made it. It's her first birthday. Well, Mummy really does well and truly have her hands full.
Yes.
So Pixie coming to stay here with Grandma in this gorgeous environment.
It's the right decision for her, and it's the right decision for us as well. Although we do miss her, We miss her terribly, don't we, Bobby?
That's the tough thing about being a dog owner, isn't it? It's just like being a parent. You have to put them first, and the best thing was for her to be here.
She fits in. She's just a member of our family. Doesn't matter if she lives with me, doesn't matter if she lives with my mum. She's a member of our family, and that's all that there is to it.
All right, well, I'd like to see this little princess in motion. Hey, should we see what you like taking for a little walk? Hey,
She
a little walk? Does she? Well, let's have a look, shall we? Pixie, come. Hey, look. Well, that's awesome. Good girl.
Pixie's case has been different from the usual. I haven't been able to pick up a scalpel and fix the dog.
I'd say if I was walking in a park with a dog like this, I don't think people would know she was blind.
Instead, this has been a case of support and of care, looking after a family and helping them through a tough time. And it's wonderful to have a day like this where we can all sit together, joyful and happy with the dogs that we love. It's very special indeed.
Well, a birthday party isn't a birthday party without some presents, is it? What's in here? Look, this is for you.
Wow.
This is for you, yeah? And this is for your little brother. There we go.
Oh,
it had to be doggy.
Yeah, no, thank you so much.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go, little Harry. It's as big as him.
It is. There you go.
And this is for you, my little princess. Okay. Happy birthday, baby.
Here's to many more to come.
If you guys loved that video, great. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel below. That way.